CTV, Ghana's #1.
CTV o my Ghana nkoso eso anope ya de achie menim se nyame tuminti ahoden ewo ho ene ebre na kwati kakra momfa encheye na unim se Ghana ha de yare baako nshotro net ya ense bebre so ati ase ai eniti anope ya no wotina free abre kosi se bebo no ndu na ya hwe issues a ekoso ewo my Ghana na ya di eho enkomo nra ko se mesi ye nyina no ye behwe ne yadru ye hu pepeso apanyimfo de akwa Drew na ya hwe wo ma yeyi wo ma free baabi atorenchem no esi ye no na afi enkoma akodo aka nyina no ye de ato aso menim so weekend no ekoyie weekend we yankasa no was full of sorrow, was full of us eniema ya reho too much anyway ya de nyame ase makacho se no nsi edikan bowa ne toso mienu no eye nyankopon divine intervention ebetimi abawo enti wo no pebi afa ho nyamensa se be ya no nsi edika ba de tosu no no so ebetimi abo no eke et say
nyame adom
weekend no na ye
nyame adom
na ye ye de nyame ase enkwane ahoden a Christ o de adom yen eneti anapei more ma ya mento aso ana me predict another day na ba mu aso jimidi ana adiana oh wa unya se no kwanti ame predict ba unya anyway mure ma ye dia na ya hwa ewia bebo se nsuo ni ayere mo atiti ama wiem ba ne kusukuku ni ba bia
ntene no fala
kusukuku ni ba bia ati ase
fala Monday
anything ya show motivational na patupa na yentimi enko yanim wasa kwan no eso na Davidson motivation what the about say accept what is, let go of what was and have faith in what will be anything or say accept what is jitum the SE ne atwam ne de patwam ne ntwam nko na nya gidie ewo de afei na eba besi emu and it is very simple onya from so bi enra agai mani ntwam na su ade e free from so na waye no emu na nya gidie se wo kọ wanim no ebeye yie Moral, good morning. Hello Moral.
Hello,
good morning.
Good morning.
Bokwadie
Nyame adom na mo se.
Nyame adom wo maye ma predict bi agumu a me se na awia bebo ewiem be ba ananya sa na beko
bye ene de
ene wa ba dia professional fatu asoba ye ne ye se don hwe de oni na ye di ani me se na beko.
Okay, I'm back in Israel. It's for me now. It's be Greater Accra, Eastern Region, Ashanti, Volta, Central into Western Region. If you are not call Miriam Prince, if you be bye ama area abubo. Ewa fana bebre na a free menumre they call na natural in Prince partly cloudy conditions. Ebedi ehim ewa nyanya bebre ewa na for femuha. Nesante yemu share ewa na for femuha and the ebejina 36 degrees Celsius and an union subejina 24 degrees Celsius. Ye call Etifimante ma 1 hour upper east upper west. Northern region would see no any half mountain. A home so if you are not pay a de corneria and prince. Area ever ewo afana bebre na a free late evening a day call na najo imprints miamia wo sinyane kentampo wenchi ene go so yeshini say insio ebe gugu ewo ho nkaka na miamia kanu partly cloudy conditions edi ehim ewo ho ewie mo share ewe tisimante mwene de betina 40 degrees Celsius and an immune so a betina 26 degrees Celsius. And in see enter the shame be a hacker concofa or she'll be brave and may now in soon so your money coin who a man keeping hydrated. 10 a day, such a ma sanya she say ABC Falcon.
All right, tomorrow my nasi nyami had much na yebe sign ne wo eshi ayada pa.
Yeah,
all right, and nti sanya mekai nya no ana more ri abato so se wi abebo ana meboa.
Sa no kai o se
just say onifo bia ne no nyam woni krum sa na aye nti enya hwe. Anyway, my first safety tips and to us, so my working safely may get old, but to do those who but so do those who practice it. And into me pacho so we juma no ya no ekwan ya befa so aba ho ban no me pacho ya de ho hia pa se de be ya wo mo se wo mo ye ne daadaa no ye boa wo mo ewa kwani se nyina so bi wo ho a okwa adwuma ma o ye very careless cha se o ya ne obi wo pese o prakeke no kwotena fie na wonim se wo yes ni nyina no na de sunsa so bro Dinty Davidson too hofo Jeff too hofo Samson de on tan yes I said if I don't nya ya so onda oh me pro me se na na me sa kwahye machine bi mo oh na no obo o opekwa kwotena fie nti da bia bi betwa no etwa nyina na ese hu susa so e pale e wo system mu e twa old age enti ba twa ya na ya hye ne so e wo Yesu di mu amen uti ya so waje so ka na lunch ya bo me kra me nje bo oh anyway enra ye nyina ye di mare ho sama esi ye e wo Accra New Town ye be hwe ne di mu enkomo pike maya ya mo bosu tel na ye enkom na afe ye be kodobo krata num so emu na afe no aki am ye hu dia ekoso e wo ho but enra ye nyina ye nim se Arahosama esiye ewo Accra New Town se abansoro etoaso baako mienu miensa na nine I think na ho adwiri gu ya chese nipa na ewo mu omo ya asori de Nyakopon enam Ghana Fire Service forso Nadmo forso ewi akire Ghana Armed Forces ebeboa ye ne machines a wo mo ade ba ho be hwe se nipa wo mo aka amenanim no ye betimi ayi wo mo eyara hosem na wanya de edika ye bi esi wo Ghana ha enti ene mpampi no ye bebisa ye ho se enti bibisi wo kura we ma ya de na yesua frim because look as if say ye repeated adie esi na yakasa wo ho a well anyway enti ene ye bedi ho nkomo bebre na ye anim de fon so ebedi nkomo ne ahwe kwan ye be fa so a going forward Ghana ase kasa ye yenda dodo ade esi e be kwan akwan ye ade na twa mu ane yakwakoda wo ye ka me kombu edwiri gu nkrofo so ye so sese nkrofo be si dan ya mo nkohwe nkrofo be si dan ya mo nkohwe materials so mo de ye ne ade ebi so ho yetimi ho abandon project bi na esi ho ni ye ni na ni pe rabu pie MC wo area ho pa wo be kom nadmo coordinator wo area mu ho pa sa nadmo de ya se nka mo prevent disaster na meboa ba ye Ghana nadmo ni disaster ba na ye wu o mo so mfa so wo mo prevent me ena ya me nim se ya mo shada se na disaster dem bra na afi o munya kwan fa nya ne ma opeso mo de ya because some of the issues that happen in Ghana me ba se me twene hwa me ntimi ase
ya ene obi si dan na nya
nwane mattresses no your business oh because I say no so obi na be supply right so obi be chine gig Ghana enya proactive we are not proactive as a de bia BBC ni akasa sa yesem trofo ne hunu amane we ya si obi ko radio ni TV bia so anope ye ja president Mahama de akase a okoye wo UN ye ja to hold ye ka edan ya adwiregu because we have to do with any pankwa enti wonti bi nyam to asa ko kasa fufuro bia but me na me won sa ba sa tre kantie edan ameka manka emuame manka kra am ho ntome so ahu but when so ya de ho hia na yam bisa ye ho se asoman enkwasi da because say disaster de obia ntimi nka say disaster ensi because ade bi wo ho ye natural to say ensu ato na ensuo no abubu dan yagu ensuo akokọ nkrofo demoni ade ye wode ye betimi a prevent ene e wo bi nso wo ho no ye ho hwia se ne na ano de ye to ye nra de se enframa enamoni ayire mo etiti gbogbogbogbogbogbogbogbo eno ye decha sa ayire mo na tisi wo dam na adwiri na empai mienu a eno nya na mo asem na nya aban asem na mo ekoba ne sa asudie na abeto aban so but de me pese me kire ne se no enya preventive untimi kasa me prevent a natural disaster and see but when you see no ready alan say we no yen ka ye betimi a prevent because e dan no yes we be na ho ni o aye na won say abandon project bi na si won mo se dan yo and ye je si won ankrofo so krom ha so de say asofo yi wo ye ya wo school dan wa anya careful de be dan asori dem ama communion nyina wo ho and they say omode ho adane asori dem a akwakofa torenchem kaka kase diaba na enra so enyama bebre ko so enra me hu so onabo record so ko ho e ma obeye video na me kwa na ya pa me sa ponche na ya pa me say you honorable enyama bi ho no ma wontimi fa anje 3 points ntimi ne wa ka me pa baby atena so tima se wow unya fire service personnel and unya nadumu person unya minister of state oya former MP until Ghana for say yepe subandu wa ye ho political points and now I want so be ko biem ebi anu ana you so be ko biem ntino o ya 1 map 10 tem no de we ya akoka che kwasi 24 ne say mo say me dwe me ho mo say BBC ye kra maba honorable ya pam because me kra no problem with send nipa ebu nkam ho no enipa abu nkam afa ma che say fire service for no area no mo koyi obi a se be yo mbeyi nipa no kra pie de na kwa ambulance mo kra yo another trouble because e kwa ye crowded and I'm sure say wo koyi nya wo kwa so na abekọ o de petrol to fo ebedi wachi na e no so makwa G space. You see, I think going forward, say BBC, yenya barricade in front and chabebia disaster next near for and confront to actually because of what I heard in Keke. Nyadia over contributory, no occupy space now for a man, one more year, Jimano, or more actual. Dana Casasi and we anymore, sort of. Obijira hoko you are going you. Ojira ko radio video no occupy space.
Or breaking the first, what doesn't matter.
As I'm trying for a video, I'm more buoyant. Timber first to try video, no say as a malanco, just a corona futufra. But yeah, you pay.
Ghana, how you be in not because a day you go here and rather. Anka dai na anka bai bi energy gona sanka abai ba person ye dwugu ya obeka say mo abai we person ye bu da we say gu ho na so say sisi ho sa on say no aka say dwugu ama ekunkum nipa bi so eprepra enti na ye be hwe say ye ne nadmo panyefo bedi nkomo na ye ne fire service fo ahwe say bedi nkomo na ya rese member of parliament or ho so ye benya na ya rese so far so good but your reporter ho na reporter by na oversight ya rese ye benya ye na musifo e wo ho a o matimi abwai listen not move Penny for one.
Ya shall see an inadmo for a bedding comma. So, Jaffo, and I had the intimation so. Jaffo by Yard, Mamma, I'm in Davidson, a crime quachenka. Now, I don't know, minimum, dear say, Mobile and then you said, you. Yaboy and Homa, the Yakwa Mano so na fay, ya Nenadmo, but your phone could and commo, Emra. Where not more Piarana?
Penny pan.
Oh, some ben cray.
I say penny pan.
Kwache kasana mental kana fe yanko yanim.
One tested in 2 pages in this way, asa.
Mofanto you know so mama na fe yentimi enko yani mesramu ana ono mo kwase bro ni time nti yentimi hodo no enche bebre sa mofanto kwachifato page no so na afa yenyina yenko yani yentimi nye align na nya sade a na jefa homa ne ye no nya de bebo ame. Alright, yanko na mene Richard yate enkodi enkomo apanyi Richard anope wotime ka. Good morning.
Good morning.
Me pa channel to say.
Amiado. Monso.
Ya ho ya papa. Enra so mumo ani adwuma mo ya de papa. Ya me enhira mo bo adwuma. My idea as at 10 to 11 you know na me 9 na me hwe and I in fact my idea we party obi kan asem ye tu chaba mo na ye mo mabaso na ye hye mu kran se mo to aso na afei mo de enkodru yet whatever ma obekasa ye per situational reports asat ene anope den na obetimi ama Ghana fo a etie wa anope ehunu asam no ote ne sai mokodru ho no na ehyehyɛ te sɛ den na motimi aye sofa eni papa no mo yi wo ebi afiri mu ana
and then and then so phone telephone na you know my you do train and do other thing in the first Saturday it's na no pay Accra Town Experimental School and then for the Etru Appiah it's fine for attention about for I am for Ghana National Fire Service, Ghana Police Service, National Black Service, in a bar site. Here behind some partner than Etru Appiah. I started to say, yeah, more Juma. And now, you know, Juma, you did in teen, nipa 20.
Okay.
I do more alcohol. I said, yeah, how and I'm in the Parliamentary said, you are do I said, and Dr. Forte, and capture the phone. It is a brave, maybe I'm a director general name. The major before any drawing our name. I'm a Bushia, that done before no man getting Yako. Oh, the Premier side, and more free, and I'm sorry in Chinese.
Any Premier son and free mono, a man, Memma, Quada, Nasa, account on your software, no would be a son. Oh, also for the friend okay. Also for Nan Casano and an oil bema or Caho. And a man, I have been in Bako, a Colabako. Aquadabina no share at Tadia Pinky Bina Muyino.
A Colaba, man, kind of I mean, who's an Amodia Quadabi, Ato Tracha, so an Amodenio AP. Someone. Wow. Benipa 20 ni de nyame ahu ye mobo omu nyina ahu ya no pe mate omuka. Omu wa ya sabia asesa omu ja ya sa. Okay. Na mokwa ndey na muhu ye. Ko dan na ejuri. Na same dia ma dan ejuri dia. Ya de bi aka wan san se a because engineer for yenjushemu jomu wi a omu
okay. Ya sensa dan no esi wa cha ya no abadan yi project bi na si ho mo. Onim ho abakosam kakra. Okay. Say going forward enim say ensu tobre ya drum no. Edru sa atam ya no adwuma sorry pa wo mo beka nsu achi ambakwa akofo mo eni ade mo nsu be rewro mo dem mo den na beka che Ghana for say be ya be prevent or how na nsa na ba
adwuma de eguso ye afutu edema Ghana for say o mun tie radio mun tie TV so radio TV ka che nsu beta obia mbo no ba mo bia nkoko kokrum abra hunya so nam na ko to say nsu etinia men 19th na gazem guta ka kase guta 4x4 ntimi first dabi na obia nhwehwe nadm officer eben no na wo mon chen be be from safe haven sensu to na say yina boka ko bon wodwa kopembra atwencha boafo babana ebeyinu.
Okay. And Honorable Harry Kote eba ho na wo ho.
Ala no ho.
Also mo pam no sa ponche adentia
yentim pam no or your former minister former MP yentim pam no oba no na me ye pese ye ne say oh your security zone the protection be over be no nkwa ehiaye say make sure so bambo answer ya manokwa ama nako but ya manokwa ama nako e ko share the course to be ampam no yentim pam no
Auntie, what say wakasa asem na to abonten. Okay. Because you say we are
red zone. Yeah, you draw. Don Alban so you no kwa former minister, former MP.
But I know me who are dear be and look as if say one casacrana more bread because any papa Google ama just why you're very crowded.
Yes, and certainly the shot there for the baby dear the could be a homo about more than 8 months after the almost a human course.
Okay, and see us at not pay then a more yamo.
I'm not pay you show how was out here you message
as a science and I bet me I'm a yati assess nipa bia ni ade na sibiem
you know you do affair ya wojide paso nipadia enembia
ni asebiem ede nyame ase ya mama baso mo adwuma nyame hira mo bibia ni a ebesan ene wadi nkomo. All right. And into Penina Yanino Ekasaye, a director inspectorate unit, Nadmo, Yenua Bema Richard Yate, and into Yabonadmo for Abaso and Ra, which was so much Romana so tenting, Wamaya Juma ma Adiachi, Arahosame woman, and they say, or Sofo Nankasa, a sorry Yane Diano, or Nene Obema, or Ka and Ma, or Baba, Kone Aquadaba, Kwa, Wamo Efrim, Yama Busenina, Koniama womo eshedin we asema ani enyan pa. And see, I think on the part of Honorable Henry Cote, dear Nontiasia, Jumana Meboa, because I know they walk assembly, dear Nab, assembly near. Now, the America, yes, and one point another director Yababe can you because only a security zone at Torrential Messi, Bambone, fire service in that move for Quaya, Jumasabaya, additional and see, and I won't Onya excavator ya bia for you ya o kwa chire na obegina na bia o de wani ahwade na oba se ukomu akwa eden nkopeden Ghana for akase ya ha adwen o ya ha adwen and no say no me I was wondering me say neti enkofo kra o makogugwa ma fire service for ne wo mu na mo chire wo mu enti de pa na nipa da sani ya wo. Anyway, and radio to me say some CC and I akese yes resurrection so wa ma sorry dan eja tomu e ma nya asem ketua no kwa de me say yes 5 service for coin wo mo ho no so mo do mo sake ka wo mo se dan
hey Ghana
why na wa ho ma no so Hana Miles my former for Nenso so no one man no pay.
Where Miles?
Hana to say. You what ya come the mouth for the car. What you man is ya den nyame ase.
O kata no wa tue ma.
E wa chi afedia what say? Hello, Hana,
ya timba so nka ba te wa tue.
E wa chi ye nyina ya manage na me se bia wo no kra sound no dede ho. Den na betimi a report ya ma ye anopai.
Oh, okay. The Tiana, dear. Vivian shut down for Sutia, 44, 24, Soja Form 24, that moon 24. At the action, dear, you are sitting your mom peninsula and no return and I'm more about happy. I'm a penny, and you know, I'm about more, I your power happy. soldier for fire pony na hubwa de channel and every person I'm kind a director no directress ne ekasa no omo busua edwi eyi na de no etanta wo ye school na nkwala nko school no mo ma kwan nti omo person mo ye bibia nkwala betimi aba omo betimi abeden abesia de eti ama emprempre no omo bo mo modin bia so mo dream one ne edan no edwi egu form no na electricity post ne ebe school nti ama mo ye careful than be ahoma no so ho
okay
eti fire for no so aya mo bo mu wa se bibia mo so betimi aye na ye nteni for no so mama ko eti me no ka say honorable Teddy awoye director deputy ono so aba na me hu mpanyifo bi so ba atenki me sembra me before mo ba kata na ya no mo pese ye brief yo mo no mo hu die esi ni die aba so prempren ansana omone anti ye service na director of education na wo hwe ha so aba eti obema ajomu briefing ya sana wotini dia na kata eti me patron mo ba sa friend bi o ma na
ani hana jina ba baby o jina na 29 baby o jina na 29 ya ba sa fro why
na mo timi ni education director
ya timi ni panyifo e ho no edi enkomo eni ti ye nia ba hana mayos wo ho na ye ne no ekodi nkomo mayos ne ma afo de senka differences she da nim za all right and see so far so good the ekoso e wa Accra New Town enra atorenchema esi ye ma edan edwirigu enipa da sani so na nyakopo ehun ye mobo se wo mo ana omo wo mu omo ya asori ni nyina de nyakopo adom ara kwaye yi wo mu nyina. It's rather unfortunate to say emu emiensa ato anananom ewo ensie do enra there was a man who was complaining say ni bawu na me say ne ba no because by that time na me so munyi no enti I don't know say na or te woni mo say nya ye de ne ba na wu ana asesen so it's rather unfortunate and then eyasemu adichie bia ni mo nsem
over the weekend dey just say arahosem ngwa
enya asem ketwa over the weekend dey neema e course so no enya de ye nika enra say so yes resurrection for so sorry dance ejatum eno de nyakopo di ye ho afofi na nipa nim se nipa nim na japade na ahyede a me to da bia ya na me value eno chen say we ya nipa miensam a afa mu ahwe ne nkwa because unim well niama nyina betimi afiri won sa nyame betimi abie kwan ama won sa aka na won kwa afiri won say eno ano no that's the end. There's nothing you can do about it. And kwano eye ba pe nti ye fa cha. Nti enra na say na omani abro mo so mo bompa say ejana stop it. Elijah mo ungu senchire ne no.
No more expecting.
No more expecting ya.
Ensure ni anya.
Na fire for kwachi wan.
Ensure ni anya.
Na fire for ne kwa ya omo zakeka binum no. Eye hwa na. Because me to say no as fire service for no wo koye adwuma de ensa keka bi mo eye no ahụ oh okay eye wan ka medu omo ho ya na asore nso mo asore de se ne ye beboa mo a wo do won se keka ya yo de
so ka so do mo ko no modum ade
enti me ba cho de ye hwe wo ye screen no so eye anopei adwuma nadmo fire service ani panyofo akabo mu awo mo eye sebe o betimi akle ho ama nkwada no atimi ababesua de going forward your questions e bebisa ba na mbisa me ho say sa question no kwa ye bisa na ye maye muaya nti ye de ye adwuma ana because edan ye asi wo ye why na authorize ye say yan kwa ya sorry wo ana meboa we should know ya see ye say why na ma ho kwan say yan kwa ya sorry e wo sa bia ye ho e na state ben ye hu ade ne wo ma ansa na ye de ma san komo we ye die Ghana ya komo ya baako ya yare ya baako ye ntimi mpa yare na no aduro enti da bia ye te wa ya chance yare ne mra ne enkoto aduro mesa na ase de ye prevent it because ade na si wonya no Yasi ade ne edan esi ho nya nne esi wa che wa ho asema akwa aba ya me ne ye boafo. All right, enti ya hwa ni mu se ye ne wo ma campaign fo aka ebedi nkomo e wo ahoma no so no no aki ye hwe papers na nsema ebeba ye no ene ye be ye ko bra aha sa na ye be ye na afi yetimi akacha time no ye de pese ye de ye nyina.
Okay, Matthias here. Daily graphic ena ekitame e wa hasei ene anopim na oswafo abedete ye ohoma ga na sikasem ene toto ye so eye Thomas nyako ampem mfoni eda hanum esei ena wo bo amane se customs womo ede eye AI no eye artificial intelligence edwumade anasempo no project anasempo program bi aba ya spa program no womo ebenam so ama se ebia goods anase enimo bi ebepie mu ewo port wa AI no ebe hunu adekode e ba na se goods omo de buy no obehu ni value no we hunu tax ya obeje ewo so eti wo chese we ebe boa papa ama customs omedwumade ahudu awodie no etimi akọ nanimom na enrada wo bra woni ensemtrofo ehia ye ewo nkramantam asei ena eye umunyamfo farmers nyako ampem wode ensemi ede atudwa wo chese se ko ba se bibepie mu ewo temaport ya na chese AI wetimi abomode ehu adekode na we hunu the value anasa ade no value na mo hu sika omo ebeje ewo so ye no.
All right, so sorry we me wo interest wo papa yiba me yi paper ni free chire ba me mompa atone you customs commissioner mompa mo pictures mame na yeso nipa ya de osa yeye wanyi na ya yense ni din commissioner general say me friend guy man of action on kasa bebre batuti me say action kwa ono ne star na kwa ete say COP Abdulrazak National Security Coordinator hardly will you hear him say or kasa but wa shechire hono ma adwuma o ye nyasem ketwa. Anyway, this particular story the ama make a chen work say me interest wo and say oh mama picture ahwa be unya upe o unya lancho wo de etena hoy see unim say nwaki Ghana high no. There are so many ways and kebetimi generate revenue emma tax bebre megu yen so because kakra na yetua no se yetua ne yie a enya de aban betena se no waka se wode tax bi ahu nyansa bi animu e de ba beto ye so but mostly no yen Ghana for na ye wa bonti yen na ye consumers no yetua the correct price but to da ya na importers ni de yesim kakra because omo compliance na ho ya de ma omo say no eki wakoto ade ne 2 cedi pa wono anim say ade okoye wakoto ne 2 cedi oba no aka che custom officer so otono e bia 1 cedi 20 pesos ana e bia otono 80 pesos ana e bia no wachem me tono 1 cedi because lower the price no eno na be kire o value ana say o duty a wo betua enti ama leakages a what you revenue collections a ye wa Ghana ha no edoso papa enti sa abanye ne ho na dwuma ye na osili sa leakages na ade a yema ye ne se aban benya enough revenue asebi minu mi no from unnecessary and nuisance taxes a ye betimi e de abeto yen so wo hwe honorable ato force na wa ye na adwen say person what the taxes bebre begu Ghana for so enti say wa she commissioner general say wo hwe ba bia leakage wa hwe na sili ni entimi ngi revenue no wone kwan so se de be ya Ghana for emre wo nuisance taxes amre bi atwa mu ye hu ye because na leakage say ho no ye sili a kasa yi levy ya ye tie nkie ntua sa COVID-19 levy yare abesi atwam aburoni ode na ade ba ye korampo no wo wati free a okọ wo se yare na ni wo biem onje ho tax Ghana hanko ade yare a exist ni etua ho tax itu president Mahama so obeboa ye so obeji ye free sa COVID-19 levy na ni etua nim enti leakages a ewo revenue collections awo Ghana ha no eno ka wo business abantwa ne ho na onya sika na ebia on person obekwa akobo bosia no the tax ababeto yen so afo be hu se tax no wo read tax na anya sa bia nim ebi na ye yi levy wonim say na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia akasa nim say yi levy na no omoje na nyansa nim be say sa time no na kano for eta abo man say to na wo mo ya hwehwe nya yie yakobosi abo mo nya bi mayen ye ho nya akono ye se ye ma ye biem no na wo say at all cost ye ya den ye de yi tax anyansa nim ebeto ye so eno na ma sa yi levy ne baaye enti Sawusha on Yera Anthony Sapon, Commissioner General Juma Oya. Ono suni honorable atofo say yakwalabo say. Yem pasi ya de taxes and hunim faso. Ebeba to Ghana for so nti ye be ne say. Baby leakages will be a yen sealy. And you see, sa public and there say service na ye de eba Ghana no. Okwa mama who do be so tried and tested. And adiaba kwa mama ni agye was initiative you want to say. Commissioner General Kachre wabo say some person mo be boa yam yetimi city leakages I de be revenue a mo amfam bottom ska mo mo ho kawe aban e ma mo 1 city kra mo fa ma pilot ni ye hwe mo be kai through there initiative e ba wo port a me be ka ho asem ha say through there na aba no nya de bia ehu enya de ade tax ni bi eba be ka de wutua ne ho na mom ma watua the correct tax because through there no betimi aboa ya me hu say se wo koto iPhone yi ewo te se me iPhone me to no Erico phones enti Erico phones ampani ampa say phone yi uton ma ya titi 2 cedi e no ba no abeka che se wo to no 1 cedi ana enti si ya Google anase ya short system no so a ye be say there be phone na 2 cedi ya titi buy was here 1 cedi ni amount the correct tax albetua so dey wa dey we hu nyina aye compliance because we declare the right prices at the system na obama correct duty albetua asem ye ni baby now listen ade we ya dey be metse sika ebe mo man Ghana yenya no me yam sheme na me yam san sheme say enti sa sika wanyina enwuru kokwa enyuru konkrofo bi bottom because customs officers no binom any importers ni yakwalabo na no se yete ya na omode anwane ayi betwa mu koya customs officers bi ya hwe ha emom evade taxes na wo so mutua ni duty nyankopon na ye ya dom ni adwumaden a commissioner general Yera Anthony Sapon eye ya ansa na saade no omuhunu ba bia na ehye sa customs officers no kra no ya twe wo maso eno nanam so a customs ye kan se panyi oda no president Mahama esesa no enti ya na importers ni binom ane customs officers no so binom amoya collabo na omaye under declaration ni kire se 2 cedi or 1 cedi 1 cedi or 30 pesos said the buyer obetua duty a ewo form no no mom de badwa so e beto ama me ni no akia obema ye the correct price eti young consumers we are paying the correct obeka amount what you tua card bia na port one na ba ban so ye sika kakra na what be agent nuisance taxes agoba impose wo yen so no e what dey na problem no ewo no working system way is coming to save Ghana $3 million a day me pa cha asem na me kanetie ni ye enye na awotwe ena enya bosome day that could be enti Ghana for ade ba kwa wose yete ase ne say ye appreciate say djuma na Commissioner General ne honorable ato forcing e de aba no e be boa ma me no mienu ye ntua tax hunu bi amfaso ani so eto na me na sa wote say dwadifo ne ye dede bebra ya no wa bi so mo say na mo so mo ye den because so be na we declare correct e can say price me ya sure say nka wo be call baby enti public na abane de it has come to stay and ebeboa ma abaya generating revenue anya hwe no $3 million a day enye sika ketwa abai betimi de aye adwuma wonim de amama ni age sa system we ho big push na ye abai eye no me ba twa yes ka o big push na ada ne nkofo bi nightmare no mu hudu amonye e na so sauce na hwan no wa mo bua o wamo bua ayom nightmare omo do omo na. Because man will say, make a difference. enti yemfa ya no nkwasi so source ne ho say ai o mama contract bi na so source nti yenti ase so source na crime organa on and eti amra. Anyway, that's just by the way. But you see, your projects be bria ekoso aban here sika e was what the eshem. Ayana mo de Anthony so ato nchen kakra ma me mufa commissioner so to nchen kakra ma me na me well your friend commissioner guy. So what you say no oh yeah man of action on kasa bebre ba you see say wo ye adwuma. Enti so wo hwe sa public and system na abana. Ghana Revenue Authority eba boa me ya save you on my way $3 million a day. Which is huge. Eye sika betimi aboa ma Ghana yakoyedim. Eye sika betimi aboa ma Ghana afọ ne tuma pefra when it come to developmental projects buy person wo ye. Ade ba akwa wo se Ghana for ye ti ase ne say. O ma we bra ye bra nyina mostly no. Ye ntimi gigi ye sika ye eba tax ho nkoma Ghana ni bia pese obetie. Ana meboa won se nya yempe taxi tua yempe taxi tua ba yeti wey ye pe development me ka tax ho asem a me ka ewa kokodro so because no eki eti hai answer na the salary better on account mu ni ate no ekwade da wo CMG ye tua tax papa eti answer na wo wa katua no beto account mu no na wo tax no ya te dada. And your indirect taxes are yes, and Chiaka. Wouldn't so be ye Juma Ghana ha? Yeah, mason for ne, carpenter for ne, or more yes, and you mano, or more shed and tia tax until a more dinner or more indirect taxes near your mutuabino. And no apet, but maybe didn't work it. Many Samson, many a year Kwame Kwachini Davison. Ye na tia tax. And sana indirect taxes ni asaba betua because ansana wo salary no beto wa account mu no ni atiso ba ne o de akọ enti mi se me ka tax asaba me ka no wa bebo so because me ya contributor me tua tax papa and I'm proud of it as a citizen say me tua tax me tua no wa ne kwan so. And you know, the ono so shato krom baby ono the osi me evade tax ni mintua na mo me pe development ankrofo no so na e kwan nya o ma no den ene ya kwan ye ene any hospital ni anywhere abai won ton tuduro kwan me abai won ti won ton tomatoes on ton mako and won ton bayira no on ton bode the ton wan so obegye taxes no wasa de abre ya ba development amai eno ano no asem bi ani ho ye me sa ye ho say sa big push na president Mahama ni abra o push se opesika animanimu ya because say big push project ni nyina eko baby obedu bi omu ye adwuma baby obedu bi omu ye adwuma and you see I'm so happy say a government of Ghana na sponsor yenya yesika o Yankobo Bosia or baby at Sunny, you declare year of Rosa. Yes, Yakobo Bosia, so year of Rose, year who rose to Biano. Niamema contract, so sourcing contract, so contract, and your bonio. It become a sin when I am a contract in one young Wajuma, and no Adani Musio. It is said that I want to meet GB a 1 tree, one also a coin 1 yano, and no the money your bonnet. Niama sourcing contract Ediama would to me a sen kanya sembia na but the point is yaba the contract no wakoya ya na se wanye ekodi nkomo ya me man ko for bebre contract ya kan say koko rosa ya awodo ya tuatua bi ka kwan ne yanye eti bi sa ho se sika na aban no be fa free so at the end of the day e was say aban ko hwehwe bosia and that's the reason why ya da bia ne ya sika ye ka ye de na balloon and you see honorable Atoforsen any commissioner general Yera Anthony Sapon aka bom say sa news and success na ya ye de gu yen so no e wo se eja atua enti adwuma wo mo eye ni mi siso am wate ase no wa appreciate the hard work of these two people. Once again ankasa no obi ye adwuma ye nhye da appreciate no na mo de ya twa ne sa asamo mra ne ho ne ya fa ne nsi ho ne ya ntwe ne Etru Appiah ne ya ka ne ho asɛm but time a o ya de papa no ya hwa ne ya mo na ba so wo champanyefo mienu initiatives so mo de eba se ba ye beti bia gye sika yemfa taxes basabasa bia megu yen so no we need to appreciate them It is our public system now air no. Yes, importers no say compliance no brofo kakraka compliance. Nitia watwamu anesa mesramo. Ukoto ade no 2 cedi na oba port wa kasa 2 cedi. Because system na nkasa be ma the correct duty a wobetua a enchiti wo. Amo ba omo ye no wone kwan so no unti so omo ye dede unti so omo kasa because oba ye na ade na 2 cedi o say 2 cedi. 1,000 cities or say 1,000 cities. It's a system no ever working duty a man kama. No so the aba near so nyina ya to debia meka. Me say yan final consumers no. We pay the right amount for any services I patronizing wa Ghana ha. No more importer no more bedru port wa. No person or the aba sim. E when a problem I no see aba twa ne ho na ne wo chire no bro so na sika no emma. Only option bia that say taxes in hunu bia to say you levy, taxes in hunu bia to say emission tax, taxes in hunu bia to say you can say COVID-19 no dia guya so ni nyina ye tete ni ye bre ba kwabra ni bi support one custom officer bi aye kwalabo say on declare the right value so no me yan fine work ma no on declare the right price and fa mark custom officer no enti system se betimi aboa yen am silly leakages no eno ni ade asa mpanyimfo ye introduce so and I want every single Ghanaian to appreciate it ni yambo wababa so say mo ya ade because mo pesa mo si bosia by heart ayebo kwan na mo pesa mo si nuisance taxes and aye gutima mo so no mo pesa mo si ano kwan. Every single day we have to pray and appreciate these two people. One century any adwuma wo mo yes say Ghana economy aya kono ama baabi abedu bia timi de wonsasi wo bo eka ho asem baabi abekọ bia timi de wonsasi wo bo eka Ghana economy ho asem eka ne na nanka aye boachi bidi o kra wo pese obebo dimpo ya boro bosia ma afede ye ho nya kono ye kobosia bokra ye se ye mayen. Enti ya besra importers no say we system we ya abey beboa ye nyina boa wo mo ankasa boa ye nyina aboa wo mo ankasa so kro mo de niema no eba no enti eno ane se oba obedi dokore ama system no eno ano no asabia ni baabia enti yesra bo mo obi ankogina baabi no okwaka ene ade bia ma port ena ade bia ma port ade fufuro bia ma port ho because system na aba no increase with duty na obetua no anya ne hwio difference aba mu ane said wakie ade no 22 cedi a system no ba me anwu sa ampa wo 22 cedi hwe dede na ye ne nyina eye simple ma brofo ye beka ne tententi batwa ne ti ade ama system na aba no ne tententi ni ti a watwa mu nyina ne say ebe ma ye di dokora ma ye ho ye di dokora ma o man no eye simple as ABCD. Simple. And also open a credit. Your best so system where piano. What can one would do not crown or many custom officers in the Binum, Ayaqualabo area bank. Because this is something I ever want minor to save an amount of $3 million a day. But I try a day. It is every single day. Yeah, Gigi says he can because unim. You bet him ya jiabrosa $3 million no because he has silly baby likejiwa. You bet jiabrosa and to big push no ebeko hospital na yes wo area mu no ebeko ntem and kania ni ade a yentimi ntuatu ankrofo kanyina IPPC fo kanyina no ebeko ntem maka cho say aban onton de onton meko onton tomatoes one torre ono ne dia woton wa ne ye de ma wi eye taxes na ye begege na ebeboa ma man na gira ne na so and me ka tax asema medical ka kiro full chest because me tia tax pa no akise wo jeni pay slip no we tax ya tete afiri so a ono we scan na otimi di kotua school fees buy ate e kwaneda me answer na me sika be tom account mu no sika no ya tax ne dia kwama ayi orantoni sapon Jiare kwabechira ya tedi amane dada amode ye na konta it is a me say me ka tax aseba I have every right na me ka kire me ni oye Ghana ni so say ye nyina ye hwani tax ayem petua no e na de sa tax hunu ni nyina ba ye so no abani chia na ma no akwa create tax bi no de abre na kanya sanka emission levy se hwan na no so na nka free he se o ka tututu o pia tax na ti se me ka tu ani tutu a na sam se ka tu tutu kumo wa de agi kroma fa me ni ni na chi emission levy se emission tax we zeden na nya sabi ani. Anyway, this is something that I think say Ghana for yabejiatum na ya hye yenuanu mo ye importers no encry say de no akikan would not kra nko ade a you will not fight the system. So we obi a would not kra on fight the system where you even appreciate it and say Atu is forcing. And then Anthony Sapontu be guy and action man. That's all. Uko baby. And you see where yes sir won chawo port ho won chawo port ho and wonim ade ba kwa ya me de wo ho a no akuba to aso ene say wo mo aye nhyehyeye say ebia ye values anase ye ba values no kwa na say wo hwe say yes sisiwa obetimi dia kwa your committee ne betina so acha 24 hours. And ebi kwa we did the day na na atira wasem so I had to say the high court trauma ruling wo say wo mpere na akwa appeal the same thing enti bia the custom officer no work ma me no me na nya adwement me ho ase wo de committee na ni committee no be system no so no wo ma hwe as soon as possible obabo wani ate no committee no say wo de da kama wo de nya da so da wo say obi ka go do the needful you go and do the needful na ya moving on it's me pa chome na se baby that thing there was a story me tell say akwa ba akwa yesi e work na de ma no so won tia so de call committee nanim na ampa na se ne de de because na mistake no if officer no work ade no it is anya system na akwa no officer ne be kwa enkosi who you end up paying it it's na make catch us say system way public na aba no we importer pa na so we no credit for e wo so ye na wa too because wo na ebe boa custom officer bia ni wo betimi abu afa so na custom officer bia ni wa say yi bribe no munya atua da we importer munya atua na mu follow the right procedure na wo ho ntom because one tua custom officer on timi nya wo hwe 24 hours economy no asate wo port wa eye adwuma dada enti ade asebwa munya brabo ni tua brabo na eye mutua na ka ho bi na ya modoji duty no enti nipa ne ba no abeya under declaration say na abeya ni duty beba for no nya brabo tua ma custom officer
no so age ahye no no boy aban ne ka
hey Ghana say o problem ko man ko faje brabo pa o
sister
no akiya to aso
Mayan to aswe da so e daily graphic no emu yenko katafa yeto so enso Komeya eni ebutuo na Burkina Faso omo leader na so makantini Ibrahim wadi dra banese o my Ghana yebeko akofa ntosi edi Burkina Faso no na yede aba o my Ghana mu abeton ne nyina enam nanu ada arehosem yesi ye wo hono mo ne nyina no eka ho ebie we abeka ho bie amoswafo ya o hwe enuane ene ekwa ho sembeso no nyamfo arekupoku ebo amane e kire so o my Ghana mu no yankasankase betimi adua ntos e wo mayi mu a ye betimi ayusuo ye de bimfo akwa mahodo so akoton bo so wo man no ye wonsanse ne ade a se ye de hyepa egu akwamu am ye betimi afa no so na ye de aduadua ntos no na meno no etimi aboa papa wo kire mu afibia no my Ghana ntos ya ye di edi djuma no wo kire se 760 million Ghana cedis e de ntos ya ye di edi djuma afibia na wasa ifiga imo no wo kire se emu 250 million na pro anasa seye na pro dia wo kire se do no nia ye dua wo my Ghana mu ase yankasa eno na pro ne bom no nia ye kofa edifi amahodo so ede eba no enu etwe no wo kire se entosia anka esa afibia no Ghana yetimi produce no 806,000 tons and as a metric tons now so no wo my Ghana man afibia na yetimi produce 510,000 metric tons like I say yetimi short 300,000 tons ya wacha say no emwa kra ne sinti no aban no ede nhyɛ papa egu akwam a sese ni ntosu no ye benye bi ne yedua ne ye wo se aban no ebo den sem wo de eye ntosi aba wo becheche ede ama epiafo nti ntosi aba na aban no ede ba no enye Ghana ha de enko ne mom no ye befa bi ede free aman ahodo eso nta na ye se Burkina Faso de eye papa yi no na se befa bi na ye de aba ne abedua esa se Ghana ha se de no dua ye si nsuo se pacha utwemu emu nya fe enye tekedua ne hyeda enim the same no nya to ya na sempo no otete a enche na ebro the same wo kyerɛ sɛ aban no ede nhyɛfa egu akwam a wo de ntosi aba eye papa obachiche ede ama ekuafo na wetumi edua ntosu no ama nebusu ama Ghana fo nyina no etumi enya bi edede dwuma yanko basa fei ena ebekra ntosu ede free enkrofo kro ene enkrofo ama isu daily graphic kata fa so and song me pacho auto graphic na obetumi enya bi akankan betumi abeto so kata fa so edu eba no ntosu na ena ewo no mo na yenko enimo kata fa so yankai ebusiafo eya yebeka ya beya busumi ye mo no rimhyan bi ekohwe ase ewo tema community wanam so ema nipa mienu ya mo ye mema eto ananom ewo ensia do ya captain Frank Donko eni nia berima Elijah Donko na me de mo no ena ebusia no ena mani na kabo mu a wokope wo mo ekurabre na dwumade ne koso ewo State House na dwumade na se ya de chief of staff Ora Julius Deborah Okwase ebi Minister of Local Government Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Ahmed Ibrahim ono so ekobiem sanso na dignity na titu a wo my Ghana mo ekobi chamehene ma wo my Ghana mra se bedwe right honorable Albert Sumana Kingsford Bagbin so ekobi Ghana Armed Forces emu mpenifo ene Ghana Police Service emu mpenifo National Fire Service emu mpenifo nyina no eko dwumade no ase ebie na chief of staff ene okole rife no eye nhwire yi a ya na ye de eto adaka no eso ne adade no so no okoye bi ewo ho no ma enu ada na sempo memenda no na ye kope nipa mienu yi a womu enya kwanhia no ewo committee one no ye kope womu ekura bre na yenko katafa to so edu ewo trim na eye oraya but
that don kwa nkasa nyankopon enhye ne den
sister
na ne gidie na okura no nyankopon ma wo 2% why
sister 2 kra dos menya one
onya one kra pe
menya
hey
it's the papa okay yeah well so like
there be unim ade ba akwa masia free unless we obi a unko Hebron da
okay
me ma call so many times na say na say adwuma but I used to go there to the be cry na me call me koda kone ade and when you get close to the man ono ne ho no nye pe kaya na no ono oben na nkomo na obedi kane eye gidie de obeka cho no say aha na waba no eye wugidie na bejew wugidie na beyen senkyerene na ma na enyo no na beyen senkyerene na ma that is the policy of the to enti obi okọ Hebron bia no wa test to this say wo be free ho no na wugidie no a increase so you see ayen sohwe kase bia me hu ne say ohu aka kire ne ho say oye nhweso ma afoforo o ka kire nkrofo say nyagidie na wahu so wona wo kasa asem na kire obi no na sohwe ato wantimi anyina ene de na kire say wo betimi aka kire me zebi de mi nyagidie the last time we say na me ka kire say sofu bi na sorry panyi ebe free mu ena mo kwa na aso panyi eda jama nyame nyame no no na de ma no na gie na ne behwe so fu ya console eda ya si ensu usukra no ama nyankopon ase waya ketwa enti ensu enaja card obeka nyina wie na we na after 1 year ena so fu na nkasa ne ba ko secondary school efrim and I'm calling na Eda say, sorry, suffer. Fama nyame wate. Fama nyame ono na emma. Ono so no oje. So for say dabi de nyame agi de anya me de na okọ secondary school dabi me de ma nyame anya ye me de ma nyame na agi you de anya nyame so free da form 1 and 9 hey now we are about to be a congregation ma kwa kase nyame na ma no na agi
tabisabi
Asemo, I was some but we scenario how it played out. Obesere because also for no more catch an elder so nyame na mo no na agent when you no so abebe nyame cry a ketwa. Afede wo de be free ma se dabi wo de no de wo de nyame anya ye
ma nyame ayira
ah wo no wa nyame kwat
ma nyame ayira
why you not system hey enti udim over the weekend me share papa no videos me share ni videos then it remind me of asemo ka kire me mre bia me call ho say o se ya ahade eye gidia na mo na yetu enti nkrofo ka and then I said, no, sir. Do you know what the person is going through? No, but I was saying, or demonstrative faith now, or come one some children, the piano. He has to demonstrate it to you.
Sign faith, idiot.
Now, what's here? Say, Gideon, or come one some children, sign it, yeah. And you best say, your couple be share Busiane day because, hey, and mem, you know, at once. Shakwala ma kwala drusa ag no ba kuna fonde nyame na ba cheche ne we and now for more and what dene we share your pain what nyame en come home because in so we the ano ten
we say na maye miensa oba ba
ko na mema mienu
say mema mienu ne ko ta ka oba
and the metia no kwan say me say na maame no ho mfa no na maame no ho mfa ne dada enti ye besire nyame pa say yesire no ma wodnam ne mayi so asane yade ama ne ho aye den oncheche mmore wate asem we de ano ode dodo it's so painful so painful hey dabi ano ode like yanko ano ode
ma benko krata fa yeto so edu ewo page 18 daily graphic na emu na yawa no chief Frempong Esquire or head of legal affairs ema CPP convention people's party amanyopon ena wo ba amane na sempo wo immigration bi na no ya wodan ena wo trust na you wo hwe CPP amanyopon na enkame ayese enhyeda enye organized ase yakwa abato a CPP obo na 0 obia nto aba won asa amanyopon na kasa no wo mu hu se ho se eni ho ne senti no wo apaw ba son abadwuko ye no ye 7 member committee a ye de asha omun sa se won hwe se amanyopon no wo ebe reorganize amanyopon no wo ebe hihye ne ye wo de laws ana se mrabodo e dia ba amanyopon mo na ma no etimi abo amanyopon no ama amanyopon no akọ ne mo wo chema we na betimi abo a amanyopon no etimi hihye omun ye meya ye ko ba se ye ko to aba wo so no ebetimi anya akwanya e wo political space no emo ene ye se MP bi kura na che se we fie bia CPP amanyopon no se bia mampeni kura na e bia na efi CPP amanyopon no emu na nanu ada wo bra wo immigration no na ya anoche Frempong Esquire wo de ensami etu dwan na abedwekwa opaw ye no na che se nipa no edoso papa acting chairman Emma abedwekwa no Moses Amadu ya acting first chairperson Joyce Osei Owusulabi acting second vice chairperson for reorganization John Lloyd acting general secretary Harold Stephen Ato Eshon and acting deputy general secretary Dr. Kujo Polikofi acting diaspora chairman Frank Owusu Ba and acting liaison officer Samuel Yawo Asamoah. It was just a committee no any council of elders no enka won ho emomo na wonye adwuma no emwa ema CPP amanyoko no ensanso sorry enyina ne naso enti daily graphic katafa ya etoso edu ewo page 8 daily graphic no emo pa chowoto a obenya bi akenkan yanko katafa ya etoso eduonu page 20 ewo daily graphic na emu na Prudential Bank ena washo se sebano ema tichu emaya ya fei na wo mo eba wana wo secondary schools ahodo no emu a ho be hia se ye de wo mo ebe fantitie mu na wo mo adwene mu ada ho na fenso wasanso enye gidie se koba no se omusika 7 ntoto ya wo mo ebetumi aye independence ya omo akasa betumi apesika ede ama wo mo eho afense ba ne se se wo makasa hwe wo mo ho so no wo kire se ho be hia se ye de sa teteye no ebe ma sa ema ya ne senti no wo mo akola boni senior high school ama waboaboa emaya wo mo ewo school yi mu ano ama ye de wo mo afantetiye mu a enye asemkuma kra na eyade se Prudential Bank Limited ene Mastercard Ghana ena wo kan ho ebo mu a wo de dwumade hyehyɛ so ewo Labone Senior High we was just International Women's Day dwumade e course so on the month of March 8 no enti ena wo de dwumade hyehyɛ so ede ema wo mo daily graphic kratafa ye to so eduenu page 20 yankwa kratafa ye to so eduenu miensa page 23 ewo daily graphic no emu na president Emma Ghana Federation of Disability Organization Stephen Anase Joseph Achu Homaji ena wade efutu Ediama Metropolitan Municipal and District Assemblies no trese District Assembly Common Fund ye no aban no ahia wade ema wo mo asabi wo mo nipadua akwa no baby atochima betray persons with disability who say aban no ewo sika bi afund bi a wode ema wo mo a wode ebo ho ebra na no na what president trese MPP no womanfo bi HSS sika nankasa enhyeda ekoye se akoba ne se ebia yema ankorankora bia ebia 200 cedis a obo na 150 pe ene ye manage sika no ebi afa baabi ne senti no watchre se almost 261 Ghana Federation Disability Organizations se wo omai Ghana mu nyina no ena wo mo complain se sika no enhyeda anko se se kwada se wo mo enhyeda nche no said the sister one more etch and the same was there. Said one shona scan watch one chen ye said ya a bino asha the pem. Now what then send me Etru Jawabra or construction ewo yilo crobo any lower mania crobo mensino emo ewo epoye mantem no emo na no nadano na wafanso asanso efa sa kwanya no so eda mampeni John Dramani Mahama se one more asebi omunipedua kwa ne baabi atochima no woda na koma so a abreni abribia no wo hwe wo mo kira first no nanka wo musika no 3% pe na saban no atumu de akọ 5% ya wo hwe we no beboa wo mo papa daily graphic katafa to so edenu ene sapacho oto a obenye ni ake kan
ya hwe na de twatu obi na afi yentimi ento aso
okay mamenko echi ha say ya wonu se na Ghana yes ye jina ko ano ye ni Germany
yes ko bobio 5-1 echi
5-1 echi se ko eti Ghana for yes ye when na ye wo match ni Germany we dey otuado so we dey Ghana for munya gidi na Black Stars ebe shenti no ye hwe animu ya mayi
na no match yon boy se na de denga ho
dede manhwe
me am sure because I'm so mo bona makodi baby enti minimara pike ba yanka me bisa ne se ye kan se you bobi ana dede bobi ana se 5-1 de se mo de sa na be ko world cup ne de a enkrofo ada ye so be ko mutirimo
ya omo share 1 pempo anka enye hwa na se bia 1-1 kra anka enye hwa na 45
5-1 ana keeper no da po ni mo ye de
atizigi na che
why
atizigi
ona ye de
ona na ye
go keeper no
ba atizigi no ya ado na fi adan
hey yamene ya bo afo and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama free you Vice President of the Republic, Excellency Professor Jenana Opoku Ajimai, and after the Chief of Staff, Honorable Chief Julius Debra, any empenyo for appointees, I could do ministers, Nanoma him for a software, Ekukudam, Eko Bodom, Pim, Airport, Ekushiano. Now, Honorable Julius Debra, make his statement to be a person in United States. Me pacho, Davidson video na ready I am called.
Our president has made us so proud as a country. And so it calls for all of us to be here to welcome him. Mr. President, if we had not controlled the numbers, I believe you couldn't have stand it. Why are we here? Several years ago, our first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when he led the African liberation struggle, he made Ghana proud. We became the first African country, sub-Sahara, to gain independence. Several years down the line, when the entire African Union were looking for somebody courageous, bold, wise to lead the charge, they found no one but our President John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, your forebearers in Deura Japa will be so proud of you because you are bold and courageous. Your late father, Honorable Ye Mahama, I believe, will be very, very proud of you. And Ghana as a whole, we are very proud of you for leading the charge to the United Nations to call for us entire world acknowledging that slavery is the most grievous crime against humanity and to call for reparation, an assignment you executed excellently. Mr. President, on behalf of the government, on behalf of the presidency, and on behalf of the good people of Ghana, we welcome you home and we are so proud of you. Thank you for raising Ghana again. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Julius Zebra. Thank you. Wave your flag, wave your flag. Wave.
Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana. Enra Obina Kana sem wona anya ya nka ape. Into His Excellency John Dramani Mahama osaba so body enti e wose ye bonaba so. Emre bi abesine twam no na NPP 43 penti picture bi fa ne ho ma se. Be say de ye hu se ne nyina no omobo omu kura ba be pepa cho ne ade. Enti e say President Mahama ne ye be so no soro. Eno ya wo ya poda ho kakraka ubufua udura no apepaturo na de jatum no ahyepo no wia no abetena se eno ya wo case ana say transformer ya agugu ya ayo overload ya yeyi bigu yi wia na ho transformer na ofiri no aha age no anya ohia na akofie because say no was say ya Ghana for ehu the worth of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama adia oyema kuroi ene animonyam a ohyeyen na no a wo hwese ne ayi enananom ahemfo na nyofe na efe because adia na wakwa akoye no na no me say President Mahama kasa na wasi ade no world contest and ever no Africa kane ever no Africa contest na say ayi they say AU ndia waje by a African presidents. Oh, kaya fama no. Ono contest here, ono nanim na ballot paper no so nkwa no bi kwa hwe no ato. Share. Adia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama koye wo UN no. E wo say ye nyina ye appreciate ne ebo na baso. Obi be bisa say enti ese no koye na wako win no. What next? What next? Obi kai say asembia ye sha ase ansa na etu anamo anamewa he nkotiati anoma bia so ma ne shoke wa ha tu hofo yati akra ye hu ye hwanu wie no akoshoke ho Jeff na mi tu ne fo na kira ko o hwiri wo ya ihu e kira ko wo hia papa futo ndi ohia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the good step wa taking and say anya hwe wa mawiase nyina hunu say ade a Britain for be yen wo Ghana hey eya wudisem kasia pa eni kwansa abakosem ebisibiem eni kwansa ebisibiem and you see say anya ne sa eno na no metie obi o se anya na African countries na nkasa kra no ye ho atamfo ne ade ena me so ye ho atamfo kra Ghana ha nkasa kra no ye ho atamfo how much more different countries. It is a different countries no ye ho atamfo a does it mean say no kwase starting bibi papa e betimi de positive image abre ye nyina ana se betimi de nsusanso papa abre ye nyina as a bibi man ana President Mahama dia wa ye na hye Ghana ne eye ebibrem animonyam and adia we ebe boa ya ma chese ye image aye puti wo outside no ye hu sampa Ghana no ye da baby ye wo mampanyina odwini kokan adia na ma ye no enya da form to convince your fellow presidents so one sided with you me ba try nyet be mofo ho omo nyina ya president obakwa akwahia but he was able to convince amaman no mumpanyimfo to vote and support agenda or pursue. It's not an easy task. Yes, woni pa ya dia or sa ye se wonyina na ya ankogina ba bi nse ni di yate Ghana ha ya watamfo ankeni ah ya watamfo a e ka no don premises ankrofo agu VIP akogina kokko ase obi akotwe ne ka na Mahama o de yeka
Uchumuta
o de yeka say JM my reply hey JM you can't hate this man you can never hate John Dramani Mahama you see Adiana no don promo kwaye ya o ma dwene say o mo de gu President Mahama ni ba so mo de score political points President Mahama na nkasa John Pierce Mama de no kra no asa ya nika ayafe me anya mo wasa president kwako area mu o be friend so mo ko fa de ba ono onya vindictive to say na ado oju obia and that's the reason why Samira ba omi abesonobo and ayi afanya market wo ayi baby sorry na kind na no pay we say news ya baby ba omi akwaka technology asem no Samira kwato afanya market wo ho
no be no
wa bu no kra
mele yazita unse my hunu boy
Samira onya careful because so first you should be accommodative what you say wo hunu mu bon kra nya enti na nya politics share politics wo utisimu a wo bo wa kra ye be analyze o wo bo wa keke e wa na wa bo keke no let me fa wa no si ho ne ya analyze e wa na wa bo no
ye be ye wa no postmortem
enti so wo bo wa se politics no ko ye bi so be ye bi ne dia wo se wo make sure say wo tutu wa na mo si baby a ye sha say ye criticize and ye analyze won se bi a na fe wo se dia wo hwe na ye kana na sabra ba bi asu na mo afanya market kra di na be ada ya say kanele japo ni wo the constituency wo na da di then the party e be ye ni na minority leader, mighty minority leader. Now, fragment I hear what they check. Oh, munyasa. Anyway, mama kwa ahomano so na fe mi nkwadi nkomo bia no so hu hia because ya sha nkomo na se na no pay me catch us ye bedi hu nkomo bebre me ne honorable Abdulraf Tubazu enkwadi nkomo aye was central member of parliament and no honorable good morning. Hello honorable. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Me patrona to say.
Boko.
Ya de nyame ase. Ya ma ye nyina ya ho so shade. E won rara ho sabe si wo mpesua so. Wadaro ma de achi anope nra me ho se na wo ho throughout. Ade achi anope update ben na betimi ama Ghana fo a yetie wa anope.
Ni just no no say my after the mejo hono. My information menya from the city and say keep those structure never follow. You put it inside. That was what we were afraid of. So maybe
inside that.
And well, I'm afraid my swatting information menya. Let's say, yes, sweep no, be inside that. I mistake you know. And so far, Nipa 23. Unfortunately, Modomaka baby. Now, other 20 no more receiving care. And information I want to share so many now are more in good, more stable condition. Nipa 9, I was 37 military hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, I refer back to UGMC. Another 7. Military military hospital. And not three, a coincidence, not private clinic being an actual, but late last night, Director General for NASMO, Echo or Murphy on at your musical car, 37.
37, no.
And to come in Naboma, at least your Nipa 20 or more alive, receive medical attention. Training now, unfortunately, Yentimi and Savio. And no Nipa and Mammy in a Bema Baku. So for now, the kind of Nunaya, unfortunately, Yentimi and Savio. So far, information on.
Okay. Now, honorable Dana wouldn't first build the year see way home because a Sibia Yanona Fena yet to ya yanti way. Yet it says our structure no a see what I don't know what to say abandoned project bisa.
A time project. One time a millennium schools no.
Yeah.
And now put it as structure.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you lose power no be an Tanka. It was na yaba power few I think last year and I mean they get fund for a bank inspecting project and I think around October never inspected and you know some technical time almost check whether it is fit for purpose and some atwas and someone to us and this our report to know the media and to know just found it to be one of their directors but unfortunately no report report and issue we see. But from that, so when the municipal so normally before they do any project, they go and inspect. Now currently, they want a legacy project. And last week on the share project, sometimes also school members and other structures that were school and the innovation on them. And no moment could I call people use this facility, empty space.
Okay.
In the last week, the municipal engineer, almost stated that the building is not fit for service until Mark and just last week, and now, according to MC, they have sent message to the sorry for the country myself. Such safe for use. Into using. Unfortunately, I think I'm blocking on him now, but I don't know how they were able to access it. I did after investigation. And no, they're not. Maybe I doing that was how to save people.
Exactly.
So that was not the time we're trying to find out what led to this situation. After it my conference said maybe will be any that then we'll look at how we can, what caused it and how we can prevent this from happening. I think Engineer Minister Baha, Education Minister Soso Baha, and all the departments, not more ambulance service for no more, police for no more, 48 engineers, no more. And it was well coordinated. Everybody was doing their best to ensure that it didn't drag on. And we are happy that at least we're able to 20 survive.
Okay. Honorable Metiwasi Yanacha say going forward, yes, to rent me crown next year. Yadian Kamubebu Gunama sine for Frana. Municipal Naka and Yadian with me should be in Pinaya Bianca. I'm prepare and Kanyadian intimate body was asked to me. It was something that was not fit for purpose. It was eventually going to be brought down. Okay, but as I'm sorry, I will come once and say, Mushia or assembly Nishia or more Motia say, when you're doing a new cancer or more to us a commono. More follow up and we say after our conversation, no more that so called until such as missing rain.
Yeah, I think Friday, I think that's this Friday, Trima.
Oh, Friday, yeah, no, this uncle.
It was just this Friday that the team from municipal spoke to the members. So at this point, I don't want, because some of the victims are still receiving treatment. And I don't want us to focus too much on whether somebody person or not. This is not the time I make my. After you settle the behavior, then I think when you engage me, we can look at it and see where we make mistakes and where we can avoid such mistakes in the future.
Okay. Because I know so here because I said Ghana no. I say see I kasa ho na afa ya koda je se foforo sensi.
Yeah. Right. And no I agree 100%. I think even honorable Minister Kraka on better at this point they can't believe it. But eventually when we finish everything and we are assured of the life there, we'll go into it and make sure that whatever mistakes were done well. Abandoned project they will. Issue I believe painful in our interest on, and it's also right that we are also asking because it is based on this information that you want to go back or check it and say I said we practice and say and then we're able to make the correction.
Okay. Honorable Yamamu mo any adwuma da sia no pay say wanya daje ne yedi nkomo. Okay. And it's member of Parliament, Ayawa so Central, and I no ekodi nkomo Honorable Abdul Raf Tubazu, and Yenako Kasano. Then I think we are having another conversation aside the Naya. So this is a project here. Get funded for Ankasa who say it's not fit for purpose, and there's no woman to me at all. So say we more renovate and I say we more sit down no be at the account. Nyame poni ya dana se so buko yi nkola ni free mu ansa na sa asem yi si o. Nanka wuti fie wodo ba ko school do abeti ane se yes e da adwire gwom so nyame mpa ngu na nkwa akiri. Ya rehosem. Ya asem ani enya. No se da bia me ka cho se Ghana na ankasa no ye kasa asem si a ye be kasa sa but ye wi an fa ne solution bia ne ye ja asem ne sa na ekọ. This is not the first time I build the adwiri o. Ntuma se da bia no adwiri wi a ye wi ne ase ankoye post den ya ne ankoye research and file report mra ye be wi be kwa wi no ne aba be kasa o building no na enya fit for purpose. But ni ehun se nkrofo okomu ba da bia na nkrofo okobam da bia na we dia yesi one building BC kwa che fa kwa bona sa building ni si no tesia na Davison tesia na ye fa building BC ampona no ho ba bibi labadi wa ho fra was say loteba latte na se lomte alomte ba sa building no esi pona no nya no enye ne me kai kra se ese kwato kra ka se nka sa building ye dwiringu building na sa da na da so si ho chesa me twunu mu amenti ase obehu ye be mia ya no a da kro ya te wa obetu brum na collapse ego na I think say to aso be se tendo say also ewa papa enti se nyame amfa fie na sa dan we ka se edwiri a omo amoti around nyina will be affected but one will say ya wo say si ho Ghana nkase ye wo problem o ye wo se dan no esi ho ye nya attempt bia se ye kodwiri ye beja ya to wa da koyate ya nyame fasa ma beti bra yaso edan no kresi ho nya no edan na si wa cho afa no bi be ma ho history afa no bi ba be kan we ebe chese medwini nipa wa Ghana for me nti yase ye da ya labadi landmark wa ho na edan ni si ho na aye death trap mo madam ase aye death trap na si ho enti se dan we nyame amfa fie na da be ka se be ya bobora asamasi o asamasi asam kasia pa na be si okroma ba dan na si wasi na dan na de ko mo diri ngwe man so wa ho a na mo nwiri ngwe ne ya fa hospital e the hospital do obi abekọ minti ya ntwe manso ebe ya ban de ana meboa ba we ye be yi ni atena ho kosi se eda no be dwiri agu wow aya death trap na si wo dan no esanso krasi kwa ho e ben kwan ho enti edan we baka se ebejiri no edan we baka se ebejiri asam kasia pa na meka ne simple sa no we ya hui ya nya ho hwi o ya betena ho a we enya nipa ne wom ya fa nya hwe ena ade ni si ho ena anono ma na nchesa nti da kura be wana gbra na jiri egu mi wan ke beti mi de hihye papa egu akwam nanka yama excavator ko jiri ade no abra ye be de safety measures ebe gu akwam ba ye be twen amenu ankasa collapse akunipa asayen ajapade ansa na ya betena ha na ya sa di hu nkomo Ghana pe kasa dodo ya kasa too much eze so asem trofo na hu na mane be wane akasa msezum tam camera si uko ho ni obekwa akotwa na ogina situation report na wo ma tesania ma hu hia banka be eseni padaje e na Ghana ha ye sososo enti dan ye si we pa ye de yeden obi nka de sa dan ye si we eye mayen edan na ni wura munwirigu ewo wura so na manso na wo ho a munwirigu na mo fancy hospital be mayen because where there's no way you can renovate it. It has been there since acha me bank cry you can say is it 2011 and bank cry by the way chop koba see what see what nyane by your baby I until said that create better no my breaking news abandon project at Mose Wakra for example Alam Teba collapse na fe ya de nipa koguo na fire service for koguo ni atwe nadbo for koguo ni ye wey afa be wi akire ni so unfortunately we lost one people obekom na japade ya sen croford there because ejiri a no ejiri sa na o creating taban no de akọ then formula enti obi sphere bia wasi obi project bia waye obekọ na collapse aguso na akoye nsem bebre ade we ya death trap na esi ho ye nka wasem ye ntu ho na mo bia ye twense no akasa busumpoyo obebubu agu no asan ne makum nipa ansa ne ho abaye ho so ade we sika akwa ho ade we esika akwa ho ade bia ka twem koba enipa nam ho because ade ne ebebu a wonam ho a emmo kai se edan na wonam ase ne ebebu na dwane emmo kai o wan ye uti anye ye ebetimi aye saada no ebia wo na anam ho na akoye nse bebre mesra Ghana panyimfo abronsan ya esi yase alomte ba wo sehe ewo labadi no ananya labadi ta abronsan we yesra mo aye death trap teni wura munjiri nguwai ewo wura so na manso aba ho se ewo wura so na de wura da wuo ye de ye midem ni mo na mom edan na tibia na egwo mu no nya de a wase ye bia ya no mesra mo sa ni aya na we abu agu nipa so nipa agui nti ye tena se atwen ama we so abebu agu aku nipa ada yesre Ghana mpanyimfo yesra mo nan mo fo ade we mu won ho ayi amuntu ho na mo ma ye wai na some recommendation bi o some ye dan yo nia wose ye de building we ye no mo ma Ghana mpanyimfo wo mo ayo ma sede no mo mi yehu na mo mfa sa na mo ntuo de mra nia te ha na abekọ so disaster menya prophetess of doom bada bia me twam wona me hu se dynasty wa me yam hyeme ansa na matwam de bia me do dan ho a me yam hyeme ye betena sia ye betena ho a kosi se dan no ebedwiri na di nsamone akum nipa na aseye japade ansa na oman no yasan de abetena radio ni TV so ne de hu nkomo ana me brofo ya ba akopɛ me se me nte brofo prevention is better than cure yesre ade we mo prevent se ebede ayi disaster be ba ansa mo rewe ade ni wura because ade we ntimi si ho enye death trap emmedipa It's a new town, the Abba, the Eka Wasem. Once I done a sequence. Get the four says, I don't know fit for purpose. Yammy, you want for Vicena, Crackle, Quatrasis Yadi. Yamina, you. And now I only pack a crab, you know, my share, sorry. What's the information? May MP Diamaya. Now, someone else saw for no so quack, Cassana, no Friday, ya, Momoti, as I say, and then no Mutimuno, ya fit for purpose. Quabi bini Ghana, ni, do Minim say, Yana, ya can't say my entiasio, say ya, as what deal says, say you. Ya, Becca's match or say, a diner with Timuno, a near one ding. So, Yabaka Quatanasi, disaster ban near Sufra Bank. Disaster barrier was here so far by. Hey, I'm with you. Ding, I'm any in Abuafo. Messra Alum Teba, what the idea? And Namaka Mama need you bonny answer. Mama need you bonnet near Sabbath and I have see about discuss it. Yes, Ramo. Air time now, I told the BIA, they discussing you may be a preventable. No, air time, no never word you. By your bed, we see at time near the car some way. Idea a you be a Juma was and quite proactive. No one's idea we bet me a course, we bet me a course away. Nippano on yet, and once some bar. Now, for every time I was and adding a car, some Ghana for, ever would the air cost so a woman near China for your deep come away. And I see one than it. You can't say double. Yeah, on to breaking news. A building located at Alum Teba has collapsed, killing one many people, destroying properties. Then near Cabro for grammar. Yet Ghana, hey, one table for as a own caste system. No, eh? Grammar can see not to yen. Prevention, the AMP. Yanko for license no son of pay na yenim komo. Yami ho ye mobo. Na moda we ho yampa o. Da bia me du ha me yam shimi o. Me du ho bia me yam tebe shimi ansa na matwam. Minim ne ntia. Me sra mo. Obi a ya wasade bia eda we mo hwa ho asem ma ye waye. Yesi ba bia esi ne ye fra ho Alum Teba. E wala badi. Yes, Ramo. Yes, Ramo. Edge. Ewa kwan ho. Ewa kwan ho pe. Enti ade we ka se ebu abone abedie no. Anya bone ketwa. Ba na ya ka ne se de ye be ka no ya titi kra kasa dodo. Anyway. Ya me ne nyina aboafo. Oti aka good morning. Hello, good morning. Mebacho on kasa mommy and call for froso line ayeshe. Hello, good morning. Let me see you no na yanko yanim. Wa picking up. Let me say oh ya na ade. Good morning. Hello. Who from me and pacho na one low TV set na mama. Low no crowd na feedback no. Low TV no mama. Low TV no mama.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Me kwache yo mate. Kwache.
Oka se utie wo ho a da bia me ka kiro se me kasa wa ha e fa mfidie be ne wo ho mu ansa na adru fie enti bi wa ha me kasa bia 1 minute kura ansa na adru ho enti me sram wo frepe no wa low TV no nya sa aka se utie wo ho a e be delay ansa na what your voice ne sa aba. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Bendy.
Pacho Mabintiu.
Ghana, I'm telling you, I didn't know much. I think I'm and a week and a day about the minimum just you. If the building we are according to MP on the castle or say, I'm actually you see. I didn't know Mamma prepare for Amba and no bind. They are trying, I didn't book. I don't know the enemy friend. Let the man say. Ya poor mama say the account of Parliament because similar. If you are home bomb and we are in federal consent with it, you do. yesterday, down the ball, about 1 year, 2 hours, we are so a Juma you. The home bumble, any share they are young but toy or important. You know, do the video actually, matter, I change that track, and the deaf, the penalty.
And they are so called
community media, politician media, open thinker. You are getting Kunipa. I'm going to get Anna. Oh, darling, if I am just giving him a shake on and you are cool.
Why? Jeff Obakura, the way to chase in me brepas and Matime viewers and Enka. What's a maker? Good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Pacho. Welcome to Sayon.
Yamia don't patch on our way.
Yamia, my friend, Pacho, and Casson, Cassetta.
Mammy,
Mammy, no chair for an appeal. The nurse said, and so I'm at its party. It's a brand of commerce, Samson. The man, Ghana, and then from Nancy. So I see on my mind. Essentially, Ghana for man. Only the fine said, over almost majority impairment, and a PC that. No, I said that trainers to say, but I didn't buy no. We won't be any mass, no, we any mass to sit down. Essentially, a share. I brought from the trap on my set to cry before a cemetery way. No more catchers and quantity. Your friends say, gay, Bama, the Bama, and no ban or ban them. Yamma said, they have put here when Yaku never put a kitchen. I was 14 best for it, and then say, I need to know the mobile one about the Muslim boss of one. And quite in young Cassimo, my Concord Ghana. Now, young call your friends say, yeah, papa, regional minister, Santa regional minister, Yamin Salmon. No more said the long one to Yan Pono, no cuckoo, I find said, Dr. Frank Amakon, no cuckoo in the market. Now, wouldn't Yasan Casabi into Christmas tree, on our cotton and $100, it is warm. It's answer John Mahaman in penny for said the only 2 million to San Codo Bianco Paul at the Motre, and Kayapa, a move street, and call your first person can so Mujelu. Now, so Ghana, and your friends NDC. You were more bothered. You were more bothered. You got someone a moment, they all to a paco. And said, Nakumo Bishaba.
Medasi, I'm for Frontline and to us so. What's a maker? Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Obaya.
Yes, sir.
Obaya, where dear?
Yamia don't patch on our way.
Oh, me, I'm in a kitchen.
No, where pa.
You. Hassan Kaswani.
Okay.
Obaya, my bow for the catching city, my midi can't cheer. The army papa catcher, Chamas, was humble. But the baby will be a chow and pay. 2 for no coupon, home buying. Obaya, as a president, and then I tell you, and what I Ghana. The Ghana for Saturday. You by the essence by Ghana no or by Africa. No, that she can't say the name, you can't, the Papa Kwame Nkrumah. As a president, the coupon, when she don't more thinking, don't go by the bill with India. Million buyer, I did see I can't move down. It is you, a former MP. Pamono, but ni permanent dear, a holiday, and 2 years. But because of money, you know, already MP 20 years. So good day say, one demand, uncle, and bubu, and zinful from, and that's the ato, I'm not from to after no call. Share, Abaya, ever do baby in the Sabi, in conform of school, and do baby a policeman from Mom will be. I said, school. Every minister and every MP. We want to over tomorrow. 4 years. I better every month be a call. No call baby. They are school. No school around every 100. What's in that tomorrow? 12 years. What's the man? I'm what? I'm a school. I'm a nebu. I'm coming for. I'm going to do. I don't know. The you one bro, intimate. Ministers ni MCs are. It's a muya dumano. Muya duman papa. And more my gun. And yes, present. 1 year is up. Every Musuya then and the Juma without see.
Menso medase yentu aso anope. Otemeka good morning. Ya fire last 2 calls. Na yen fancy ya fani pam ye no na fe ye di esi. Otemeka good morning. Hello, good morning.
Otemeka good morning. Ya fire last 2 calls. Na
entie wo ho otie wo ho pe be delay. Aha, a delay so a ebema conversation na yeden. Good morning.
Oba, good morning.
Yes sir.
Oba uni ana ni maboko ache.
Kafra.
Oba na pomboko.
Nyame adom pacho na so.
Ana yankopon me hoye kakra. Yankopon hira wo ne wutimi na ne adwuma moye. Mini asuma wo se yetia no. Obi o chebia. Oba na pe ma me fa kwenye so na minchia me MP. Honorable Sadam Afenyo, any me DC, MC, Honorable Desmond na so na margin individual any Honorable Kwesi Asama. Oba say edanya ebu ye ya hina egaja nzin wo ninkan we miniba was a former teacher there na the last time no kan ho access ebu ye no on 95 aba ho so kai said there was a time no ka building bi ho access me say si wa na MC for ni DC for mo de mpin for be ba ho omko omonte ho hwe endre ye ebu ye say former MP na no ho no oso ko ho kwa ma wo mo epamo no ma eye na ebufo ma ne kasa by oye MP no obeye ntia minister na building ni si ho no omo ye den fa ho wo mo exam building ne hwe na ho den ma wo mo jama ni si wa bepem now ene so wo mo exam ye no wo mo nya bibia contractor na wo ye dan no then wo mo ka kire no cause yes building ne so since 2012 up to now. Bridge ya boso ye more so me construction person myself bridge ye more so na musem ye kase nsu abuna manebu ba bridge na omu show no I think it has a roofing it bridge na wo roofing say nsu abunu mpa e say ye fia ye tetimu ye nya roofing there I say ye fia ye tetimu nsu gu it's a bridge na ye roof na say etimi collapse sa then na strength na nkasa na eni ho iti contractor no moma ni meya no no man ye nti de obeka em say ye president so ye mana kwaba eno so em say hu say okasa fast city recruitment no ho na dia ye nti ase kakra no mpenfo so one man ye krema say no okasa wo mo extend ko 5,000 to 10,000 also wo mo ye hu say okasa obi oto form no our system no in for 4 years no on top form ni bi mu ana omuma yehu medase obanya minchira.
All right, thank you very much ma. Yefa your last caller na yemfa NC. Yefa your last caller ewa homa no. So timi kan Pacho, good morning.
Hello Pacho, good morning sir.
Yes sir.
Pacho ku pocha we be ni papa Obama my Ghana sir. Pacho bi de lu kata say allow do sir.
Pacho ma mintio.
Sir, eya we ku be bre se be TMM. I penny for said you are somebody na said you almost said o my first o ati trapa ni said you o manu bia no beto no said we had nya kwa politics both MVP and DC na me say ti anu we say si mu say ya de ba so si anya say said abai we ba that o ye project bi that so o ja ho kwa ko be ba no said on to aso eya wa ban po anya wa ban po o de o man ni ti ada o person for na o so o mu ti no Jom who can it? That's a bit. I don't know. Come here and say, "I'm a hobby." But maybe the boy say, "Boys now, you boys no more no. Omu ye juba so far as police for here. Eba, I record it. Pamu pamu no odi pamu. Cause what the tra, we say, "Allah do kodi 20." I say, "Central, the almost 40 years MP." Then the can't say the own ye. They be another way. But we say no kwa aba na. Must be udi abe de abe did boni ama. Professional for me. Let's say record it. Ojamanika, or not especially or copper by and a summary as you have said, or media do, the also musa, not the actual way forward. Or money put to name the education. The semester will be our baby piano. Our very advanced and your crap on a man to us. No, we put to 9 because Sarah come for the record and I call you before me. I can come to the head papa. In a good point, shall be now on my desire.
Meda se papa, Nyamisha Yena, me pacho, my mean chum, me home emerald to see I may buy a better also.
March, ekopim 8th April, a Hisense Super Fridge promo. Fridge bia, e wa Hisense showroom nyina. Ya titi so say, so per 45-liter fridge, and yes would dem and our officer. So per 688-liter refrigerator, and ya sumo wusu nyina. Hisense will be ma. Fridge type burn out pay. Single door, double door, cross door, side by side. And now your elegant French door models nibi. Hisense chest freezer. Emu dopa. Ye upright freezers no. Ema kwa mo timi hihye nema bebre wom. Supermarkets, provision stores. Any new market nyina. Hisense display fridge. Ema drinks ne chile. Say kania bo na form. So Hisense fridge. And chinam kania say 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Hi. Every 28th March, I copy 8th April. A Hisense Super Fridge promo. Hisense. Everyday prices for everyday people. Debianko ena debianso eni dia eba watu asase udane wo ho ayasan ato asase no ama nipa foforo ukwa asase no so no na langas edi kontimba eni etuo edi wechi ana wo de woni be mebi abobra abre aye japade esini yie waka wasi abonten ema woni enkwala no ebre uye be ma enyonyamfo a woni oba bia wo hwe enkwala ne pa etua wo mu school fees ehwe wo mo nanso oba ne se wodi wani kosua ebehu nkwala ne die ompini na nka wo ye wodi hie biba wawofuo ewu eja wejapade nanso ebusua panyi kinko ade japade no atena so ama wo bre ana wonti ena CTV yede masamuni edumedie aba 85 production numbers na freye na yen show ye chikwan e wala boni ase na bra fa wasam no ebra ye ne ya lawyers ene ye kukudamfo ebetena asem no so na ya pensemu na ya pe anopo masebre edi amaw dwumedie die mi a medi ho chia no media any her excellency her royal majesty her ladyship the only lady in the media space Lady B masemunie enche bia ebaso live wo CTV Ghana's #1 eso Ghana for Madam Hisense new ye ka Hisense a moamu nimse eye home appliances a efe eye papa entwe power ne buono so dafo Hisense a ubeto abrochie sa quality na ubeto ne Ghana enunti na yenya hotoso ya mawo 5 years manufacture defect warranty air condition television say refrigerator washing machine sound system gas cooker electric cooker smartphone and iron the one dear sisi no pawo bia Intipora Hisense showroom bia kwajo dear Hisense every
everyday prices for everyday people.
We are saying back on. I could be every day. No actually, na. I will far on.
If you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be.
Ose boy, I want to come and so. Emeka brand ni our track no eso. Court no emu, ring no emu. Inkubu, inkunimu nyina. Yakabo mwa. Yadiba se CTV Sports Highlights. We are seeing na abuni mo highlights a CP ne sita enono. Football, athletics,
And streaks away in the closing stages.
Swimming, boxing, tennis.
Definitely missed it. Back to Juice. Look at this.
And then you can na I was CTV Ghana's number 1.
Streaks away in the closing.
He gave the first ball, which is probably a one.
Goes out the Grizzlies.
CTV Sports Highlights. Yeah, the bro. Edgewater de Bia. And you men on son pepe was CTV, Ghana's number 1 ESO.
Esa se odoma asetena panti. Mame musa wo se etesai. Na wawarie mu etesai. Menu asofo, o ministry mu so so we na wapom modin krampo no etesai. Amanta ne mabawa, mo siesie mu ho akọ awarie mu. Mo so so, mo toto ye etesai. Na dan na emra no, enso eka efa awarie ho. Eni egebrei. Ne hia me, kana adwa oba so no. E wo CTV. Na me ne mi pamfo a, wakwadre e wo awarie mu. Na wasan so wo huno efa abrabo ho ya betena se ni apensen ensem tinu se ni apeni pomasi bre ama aware ayede abusua soso ani beje hwe etesen wa brabo eyeye trachene
Etesai jumedi ya de bro ya wode ene ya wode bia and you men no 9 pepepe was CTV Ghana's number 1 ESO.
Forward then to independence now.
Ghana yafa hudie mfie edusia ene wopie. O my peri kwa me nkroma kansembi o say forward.
All right, my Akwaba Emra CTV or my Ghana and Koso so are not paying. Baby, I do your issues. You better discuss. Say, I didn't see. You better corner fe. You panel no. To me, Asha. See, Malika Dama NDC Communications Team member. You say Isaac Obeng NPP Communications Team member and so ebe join ne yen. Malika saying.
Nyamiadu.
Yeah, the Nyamiasi. As a who watch na.
Yes. And I said 2 times on the buy now. Now order calling now.
Na ka chire na wo ho. Oh, okay, tina who watch no. Issues no edoso ntia wo se content am ne atimi akova ne nyina. Ba de di kan ye dapono so a fiti anopa ya discuss ya a meje wadwen chire wo ho eye. Enra Accra Newtown say experimental school se sen dan yesi wa ya abandoned for years. And that kwa na me say MP no ame ate ase say at time no almost start ye na MPP by no man to aso into omo ye say omo kohwe say ombetimi ato aso a because President Mahama say legacy projects nyina was so mu wi ansa no be start for fra was start so it was part of project omo ne get fund akọ inspect but a true inspection no mu hu say it's not fit for purpose into omo ye say enkura na no mu kom no kura na yenyu omu frim ye stop enkwala na no mu do mu kotena ho so mu nsua de no and I sorry no so a assembly see ya ebugu omo so no omo hia omo last Friday ade chin Saturday Sunday and rain ene omo kai say building no ehwo nye den enti assembly no person omo hwe so omo bedwiri o de omo be ni bia but mo bia nkomo biem but I don't know what really happened Sunday no omo san koy and assembly see your take on a building collapse no.
Yeah, me that's be mama. The lady can mention Mr. President. Now mention me mama, the good professor, the running mate of, the vice president of this country. Now mention Omo share yourself and your crew. Now my friend said, "Do you see what Ndrano? Me sure say Ghanaian ni biya enyaji, and I said, oh, you're happy about what happened. But one thing I am me there, not knowing na yin say building no na challenges.
Yeah,
that's one thing. But very unfortunate say a see before challenges no eba solve. The simple reason who say challenges were all and money users no akasa. That's the school users, any church in akasa. But who knows say ABC and DRA will be in it. Wema Madrid Eco abandoned projects, especially by our predecessors. It's a very bad habit, honestly. Especially Get Fund. Get Fund was collapsed under the MPP, completely collapsed. So where the Get Fund Eco G loan of $15 billion. Nitrian Ebeye Eco Pim say even current government we buy power cry a Canada. Our finance minister said we can if we get fund and they are called finance ministry and to get fund say no a cabinet in hobium so that you can continue, which is good. Else before said this things can AC. But you say in construction now there are some peculiar challenges be. Say see dying stage we all do na ujana sa the potential of deterioration is very high. Very, very high. Especially Obejano for 10 years, even 5 years plus is very, very high. Now, me assure say a contractor will maybe stages need be and a odu ya ojaye and a day in day out and so to area bono nkofo nantesu na a deteriorated day in day out and a day baby could do ya then. But me for say moving forward as an engineer, I would say some of the engineers or built environment. My friend say no matter the challenge, you see that you do stage B, not that stage, you say it is not comfortable or it is not friendly. Say you be jan or let's squeeze ourselves to get to where when we get to a safe. So we for no matter the year now, be safe. But sometimes when it comes to government projects now, it depends cash at hand. Scar ekitao. Maybe you've exhausted all what you have. And I want to raise a certificate for payment. And I cancel our card from bank. One raise a certificate for payments. And buy. And also expectation here, because per the agreements about 28 days, supposed to be 28 days, or say your honor. But it be a year and a half, and to get fund like this, I can tell you, certificate confusion is not that 3 and 4 years. You get it. And said that hot chasana. Only say acha 6 months, 7 and 8. By then, so those corrections come into our now in banks swallowing. And the banks swallowing your abandoned project. Honestly, you and I, we were abandoned because bank has swallowed. So you will leave the project. Into a job project now, once editorial, after all, maybe a Odu and Ojai, it isn't a good place. It was a Ojai. But because of Scaniho and now Senesiba and Wejano, into Wejano, no. However, no, the deterioration will all happen. Into Niema Bisana, ye facing. But moving forward, no, let's put things in right perspective. I don't see always as shadow works and a collapsible. It is not always like that. Sometimes, like I said, maybe you are original is also a factor. Before the shadow works also come. So we can have the best engineers who will go there and solve it. But so all specifications are in right order. Bibia and okay. But yes, still no. Bibia also win and a win. But I will also speak about the sector engineers in those areas. That's the minister. Sometimes the supervisory so it's important. As I said, exactly, it's very important. As I said, no, bibia obedua obejai juma.
Yeah.
When you say do hoje juma no, the strength no is not up to. Until the strength is not up to. That's a word that ensue. Then they are editoriating. You can sack everybody from there. No more man a temporary support. No, until say whether they continue whatever you do with it. But my friend say there's a high negligence.
Okay.
With a assemble when it's down to, because if the assemble them who say editoriate or monomokasano, they can give a temporary support, which we do in construction.
Okay.
And to woman temporary support now, then you sack everybody immediately, because structure and failure instant sir, more signal till the time ebeko. And just say more signal, not say we ignore signal day in day out. So Quebec now even 2 years signal.
Yeah.
3 years, maybe or honor, because I'm a signal na anyashi, no. Then they just leave. Oh, we anyashi. Maybe we cry line by that haba anyashi. But the reason why if you have a signal anyashi, a mass signal maybe do maybe I was a corner.
Yeah.
Maybe I be a hookino. I wrote be a locking. And I said the structure work was good. Into a bell locking. Na akahosa. Into it be fun as advantage. Into one of my first assemble also no, they didn't do well.
Okay.
Because they've seen it. Into the temporary support could have helped. Until say you be in Crofuni United. If you want na renovation near your friend say main structure no abba. But the fact that they saw it almost ignore no, my first say they didn't do well.
According to MP no okase MS omoko ho October last year.
Yes.
And no yes omoko hwe so mbetimi atoa so a.
Yes.
But it was after the visit and a report na by na kire say no. The one is strength tie no mo toa so emoa. So enti e was so mo demolition na so be seen for mo si. Enti as afa na wo mo ne school no, because say no more renovation so school mo. Enti say nyam kokron na boaye we it's rather unfortunate though, but e ho na nkwala ne ko school e no mo dey renovation wo ho. Enti after the report no mo catch school ni say mo man nkwala ne nko ho biem,
which is good.
Yes, enti nkwala na mo yi omo free ho. And on last Friday ye twa mu ye omo ko hye asori no so e catch sofo ne say report a wo ma ye on building no kire say it's not fit. Enti mo me ya sori wo ho biem. Enti ase minim se na o ma dwen yo mo so ye mera Sunday yi for the last time o. So Ghana for the bibini sa na ya dwen yet ye. O de enko last one and now unfortunately we akwa kwesi.
Yes, Antia, the issue is that I still stand by Omuhu say it was not fit for purpose.
For purpose.
They could have supported it temporarily. They could have supported it. Support no year say any fit for purpose and no one can set me back for.
Okay.
Without pressure.
Okay.
And no one can set me back for. So because and no one can set me back for without pressure, no, you could have supported it strategically. Now one mounting the red what's the name? The red zone.
Yeah.
I'm marking. So a simple means say nobody should go
closer to it.
But you've still supported it for the people who we have 2 types of load in construction.
Yeah.
We have the dead load and then the life.
Okay.
So the dead load, you know, a load nankasa, a wall building, the concrete, the block where the roof, a basono, you know, which is heavier than the life load, a meno, nantiso, and others. You get it. But the life load is heavier. So assuming they consider that in their mind, they could have supported it first. And some of mama that red mark say mo be anya the enko. But they only look at their life, say life look say nipa nanti so a e bia na aba. And I say e bia na tough. You get it. So moving forward now, they should take this and find example say I know we have very good engineers in the system. baby sana, we should just support it.
Okay.
Now, yeah, because life load the extra minimum. How much is the weight of human? Between 60 and 90 kilo.
Yeah.
How much? What am I saying? But the weight of even one block, cement one bag is 50 kilo.
Yes.
Just one bag can put 50. What I say, one bag can 50. So imagine the weight of the concrete, the weight of the roof, the weight of the structure, which is so heavy. And to who say editorate, you know, you support it first and then market. That is where I think say they didn't look at the top say it will be stable. And the among exception of this, I won't say editorate and car, they will demolish and reconstruct. They should move ahead to those ones and give them temporary supports.
Okay.
You know, before the due time for the construction.
Okay. Okay. Isaac Abba be at saying.
I'm not more.
Weekend in an air.
Stressful kakra.
Okay.
Say
registration rights. Okay.
Weekend was a little bit tensed. But Mama Fidis Namia for Namia Honorable. Na Minda Okanko South for Ase, or Ankeka, ne Tumacha, Omde, Soldier, Medimo, say MPP, your registration process is not one off. In fact, from the Matete crap, every 6 months, no.
Okay, until a continuous process.
However, aside weighing crap, I'm sure say anytime here will be per se or registration or person to any dues name so in an online system about obit media is hard no. Okay. Mamichia national executives for their proactive measure to also support this registration using the online. Mamichia regional and the constituency executives. We can quiz out for the masse. Regional constituency chairman and name all the stakeholders, the 3 former MPs, Honorable Nana Komia, Honorable Amedata, Honorable Dakwan Newman, and Nemo, and that will be as a coordinators, especially. So, because registration, police station, national police station, be any region, police station, be any constituency, police station, be a constituency executive level, police station, be any police stations, and no more direct level supervisor, coordinators. It's a mamendo must say, oh, Jumapa, or more, the Omashi or Moma.
All right, yeah, share and Nara who say me see a dying a Judy Guni Paso. So far, yet say nipa 20 Edaya Sabia, me and son Bakoye pastor nemu akwada baako and no baba kona say dear confirm or mum atwana nano once do. Yene MPD Nkomano pay report or the my I don't know say make can so nya fair idea of it. Get fund call ho so mo koshe because your project is you are omo yesen komo ye dia masa millennium schools na no mo ye no and it has been abandoned for some time into omo call ho koye inspection but after the inspection omo hu say e ho nye den omo ka so mo to aso kra enya de beboa e debate media torrentia maba so omo stop school no say mo man kwala ni nkomu biem e stop ya sorry no so I don't know say jano mo kwala last one be ahiu and some kesi we akwakwesi
take care Neda jumedi ni course me could do feel late kakra see around 10-11 no na me share some of the stations are normal reporting I think say and o share se na nankofo etu akohonom security wise e wo so
sure
but the desire say before say Ghana police bedru ambulance service bedru honom military for mo call honom ne nad mo bedru honom no area for no responsibility or mo factor mo said they also attempt to also help no something I need to commend. This is the patriotic nature of Ghanaians I mean say yenya ewo ahochiri bi mo a yenyina ye back to their aid and help them. However utie se nana pinifo no so at a point in time no na kwakwa ye say controlling the masses numbers no bad so na so I dey kakra nti honum ya dey a message say we use your platform me ya dey engage and educate people on that level. But my can say we know your papa Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia so akasa fasa asem we hu more news portal and other portals so I reported former vice president as say onoye the leader of the party Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia so I express any condolence to Obusuafo a omodeshi from no more my area omo hospital a ye hwe omo no nti mame fo ifidi so na menjina ya papa Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia so na menka say our condolences to the family and enye yakoma so ade say bibi sabesi mame bra substantive matter no so I feel say o hwe reporter aba ne MP kasa waka ne assemblyman bi kra grantee interview. Okay. I think say I was heard on was it UTV? Yeah, I think UTV. Emma Nkomodiem no say na as committee he was in charge of work and housing. So they have gone to do an inspection on the job. Na omo flag no. Omo raise concern say it is not fit for purposes and na honorable kana. Yeah. But journalists ni push further say mukoko hu ya mu hu say it is not fit for purpose. Adi na man fast omo red
we ni be am as a red band
no and I say omo ashenso die no. Yeah. To send a signal say it is no go area. So that quickly, if not more or other people also come in and do the necessary education around them. But Mujan try with the intention say you were now going to go through the lay down process. And this is the consequence. Nyameni yedan as I say, it wasn't a Monday. Because a Monday from what we're here, na Nkwalani bi krapo yeden. Yeah. Honum. Enanka anopaswa nga sorry for na ye ka say e bia Sunday service nka number be more than what
because we am say no mapom ma bi mu kofi
nti ye besre most of the times no yen so we as individuals no ye sense danger of where we are going now. Yeah. We need to also act and preserve ourselves and preserve our lives as well because to be evidence say na to mo be free mo no yakọ aban be mu a impata sika kakra na se bibi kakra no de ma but unkwa no we can place value nti ade e be sere say ye nyina we should be each other's keeper. We should be in fact security or caution start from our individual self. If we are in free say police ni be gina so sans na we say de oye na ya na say nye nti kakra me kakon maka de say we ma me fa we so mbre mu for the past 1 month I've been doing some advocacy. Okay. The social media handles on the TV, on the radio, so me. You see, it is unfortunate, and most of the times, we can say, at the internet, now. It is better to start at any point in time. Our dream,
better late than never.
To say, oh, it's not say. Your street life is so a major problem. If you've monitored it or you've come across it, but
if you mean about soon to whatever, not any day for them.
If you know, if you
okay,
what share your street light issues I walk on my gun anymore. It is one of the things it helps preserve life. Yeah. Because another driver na traffic lights walk so the street lights walk and you juma if you don't take care and you don't even think for drivers, pedestrians or monama, you run into someone. And for some time now, me nante kakra enyumrena najo. And I've drawn the government's attention to ufi swedru through bodriase edeba kasowa edeko banlam edeko carnation. Street lights are what nyina nejuma as at 2 weeks ago. Street lights are what nyina nejuma. Nya honkwa ufi 3 junction edeba ablikuma edeba banyard edeba siako la park stretch no so. Street lights are what nyina so nejuma. And last week here, ufi fishing at the labadi at the between mwakwa street lights are all on nyina nejuma. Yet it's not as of mine to make sure say penny bibewu. And as a nye penny akwala ne oba ebia ode ni busuya omo pon anajo akọ bebi omo ukọ na omo firi mu asana yetu wana mo ana. Nti ma mi so efidie na me frɛ call on the regional minister because minim say after vetting, ni jumedi or share no ka say you make sure say Ghana your light e be generate so in terms of your street light. Emma or go further e ka say omo issue some lights at the amount municipalities in the district and those kind of things they need to work on it. We should go beyond the directive alone and also monitor. If you demand say as a minister because the Jumano does want to mean get guys in your constituency so that some of these random patrols number and give you feedback because if we don't enforce it who or so and so your NDC and MPP ni and now say obi carelessness ade a bit ma void cause the death of somebody and so MPP and NDC it's mesre. These are some of the things that social issues we don't need to politicize it. We need to call on state agencies and make sure that they come through and they do this thing lighting issues there office say street lighter acha engineer on bit mabo me acha be 4 to 6 months so there should be usual check of our lighting system, our street lights, and make sure say bibi wu no yeah fix it. Or if it demands a resource in your man, you call stakeholders, corporate social organizations to come to your aid. These are things that we can do it. Because every responsible organization knows that for him to be responsible within the community, it is also part of him saying CSR is part of it. Thank you. Indeed, if we are able to pitch this idea to corporate organizations very well, make sure say they'll come out willingly to also say they want to adopt a community and as a stretch of a path light we almost so that randomly they check and they make sure. Industrial area, for some of the industrial area anymore, lights in the hall. MC is not more horrible. Are they approaching the CEOs and make a case for them? Because the CEOs and the companies can also tell us that they pay their tax. So it's the responsibility of the government. That's one of the school of thoughts in organizations in terms of their approach in supporting the community and also in the state. They think say only to your tax, and as such, and government is supposed to do it. And there is another school of thought that feels that yes, but your tax though, but I'm also obliged to make sure say some of these petty things we can also do it to help. So it depends on you, the MC, you, the
how
DC, how you sell your message, and how you become accountable. Because if people call us go this kakodi. Oh, that is the fact. If people call on they will go and lobby their mom. So if the corporate organization don't see you to be credible and responsible, some of these things do see it to be the usual politics. So for me, these are critical things. In addition to the scene that I am a busunya for yako. Yeah, so say Yankopon bechi show more. No more modern hospital, no speedy recovery. Buying so what they can do to help. I saw apart from that, and I saw some ministers also there. Apart from the MP, who said minister Bisu, they were all trying to.
Idrisu was there.
They were all trying to see.
Muntaka was there.
Yes, they were all trying to see. These are things that we will commend them for, but we shouldn't wait for it to happen. We shouldn't wait for it to happen because life is life, and I back up. That's it.
All right, Mr. Street Writer, say my will be Ken. Idea who here? Pa was a you fan serious. The fa. Is it? Is Legon Hills and because say Legon no matter to one baby I say higher is Legon Hills, higher is Legon west just a baby I said na chrome kwan bi what me fast wa kopie do wa kwan amount from okay regiment or cry ye estate war sa a pomu honom but what me so my kwan na kopie sa amount from honom. Minim say assembly no say estate no. Recently, my who so much street light and free when you na dia kwesi amount from honum. Enti na no meba na me say where the minim pa ko ya. Kama bona baso because na we very dark. Oh, kwana say light no entru a unhu de o wanim. Utro ni bebre so a wo de ato de o so o hia wo nanim. Enti answer Ghana ha my drivers for bebre onya so high na eno anu no o dem sa high na onu onim dim no nim high o hia wo the high no na hia because akwan no so yesum enti wa high onu hu hwe when nya te se bi de na se ni o the two ani sa hu hwe bi no akọ blackout hey nyame mo I think these are some of the issues that we all need to talk about.
Me voice back street light
no
because can't kai wo hwache
I common street light
I can speak for Achimota news station.
Yeah,
a bit do 5 or 6 years.
That's stretch.
Where the Stambek is, where a bit may do 6 years. Up to today, up to
street lights in here.
Yes. And your street light, away traffic lights. Traffic
light. So it bit say
honestly, I was happy when the minister said, obey. But o make it attempt because N1 no I saw me who said na ye fix it me asamba me constituency asamba o can't enough na me say ye dey be ma all the assemble men like you are saying what is weakness maybe it's not enough or maybe it's not up to and some areas o can't enough which I'm evidence to my fix it and then even if you and cool but you see traffic light sorry street lights and also no essay.
Yeah.
Send Isaac essay. It depends weather no. It be can do 1 month. It means it may do 2 years, depending whether now. But me for say we should have backup kakra.
They make a chroma ya solar.
Yes, so that yes.
Yeah.
So and solar no last
yeah.
the same bomb, no?
Yeah.
Oh, so that solar also is good. But all the same, you monitor. Now say along the line, we won't say a bit within the shortest possible time. I may not say immediately, the shortest possible time. No, we fix them because some of them are hard. And then the traffic lights look right here. I always complain that I believe say in do a day we will fix it.
Yeah.
But we have to wait. Na see, na use hours to fix it. And the answer is no. Strategically, there are some places that they are maybe the rate at which cars are dangerous. So let's fix them. Like where I just mentioned now, I don't even remember. Minimum say it doesn't work there and it's very dangerous. Let's just fix it. Let's look for strategy and be fixing them, repairing them. But the more you are repairing, you repair them based on how urgency the areas are. No? Then you're repairing them and that will work for all of us. But that believe me, and do 3 hours. Once there will be traffic, and we don't have to get there.
Exactly.
What I say. So, Minister.
So, Malika, I think your follow parliamentary proceedings, and that was it last week. Yeah, last week, close to weekend, you know. Yes, we say Honorable Upon Kroma, of say you member of Parliament, any other NPP MPs be a can ho, so move motion, chamber ho. Say Omompe ad hoc committee a wombe probi gold for reserve abai no aye. They wanted to know the implementation, the health implications, and said everything about the gold reserve thing now more you know. And there was a debate on it. I think the debate was prolonged, and then there was a voice voting. So already there are numbers in it, no. No better also actually no. Until we actually now the eye has it and are more able to go here, and minority no you're happy about it. I don't know person be probi. Is there something that we have to know?
No, not necessarily. I'm not sure. Say the majority don't want the proof of a reserve for gold. No, I'm not sure. Absolutely no. But say Oshe reliever na a minority epena. No, say I said the relief. No, they were excessive. They wanted almost everything about the gold for reserve.
Are they wrong?
They are not.
Because as a citizen, I can use RTI to request for documents on ABA,
yes, and it's not documents they are requesting. They are requesting a committee. It's not a document.
So the committee is a problem.
Yes, if it's a document, it's not a problem. You always request. Documents are always given to you. But this is the case. Let's set committee. This is the committee. 1, let's prove how they buy the gold. 2, improve how they sell the gold. 3, improve the profit or the losses. 4, improve the. Let's prove every single thing about that small institution. The minority has a problem because when the head of majority or say there is nothing wrong if you call the second minister, which is always with us, to come and answer questions about where you have a challenge specifically. I have a challenge based on maybe the transaction losses.
Okay.
Let him come and explain. Are you okay or not? I have a challenge with how it is being purchased. Let him come and explain.
So what you don't want is the committee, the ad hoc committee.
No, but you are telling us that you are sponsoring a bill so that there will be ad hoc committee to overhaul all activities of the gold bond. We only do this when there is maybe you have the right word I want to use. ABR, we have a bigger issue of the cocoa bond.
Okay.
What I say, that's where you do overhauling. When we have a crisis in cocoa board, so you do overhauling. But I ask a question: do we have crisis? And the answer is no. We don't have crisis. If you have a crisis, you do overhaul. One, how do you purchase them? Where do you purchase them? How much do you purchase them? Where do you sell them? How much do you sell them? Where do you keep them? Then you do the overhauling. But we don't have crisis in gold for reserve. Any crisis. But say any crisis, why do we have a committee to overhaul the whole cocoa purchasing and reserve? Sorry, the whole gold purchasing and reserving saga. That is the argument of the minority, a majority leader.
Okay.
But if you have a specific maybe issues who feel say hard, say it. As you have an issue with transactional losses, okay, and it was explained then, say yes, due to the fluctuation of the currency, we buy it from the small scale miners. Let's assume when the dollar increased to 11, you know, it moved to a little over 11.
Yeah.
Into what ton, maybe 11.2, what to top from the small scale miner. Now within a month or 2 or 3 weeks, the dollar has dropped to 10.4, 10.6. There will be automatically that short losses. Because what on 11, over $1 now dropping.
Yeah.
Into what ton in dollar. But you will lose some coins of transaction differences, which in business, it is lose and gain, or you cut even.
Okay.
That is how business is. So there's that transactional losses, which was the losses are Omurezi, with the explanation came saying it's a transactional losses based on the fluctuation of the currency. But today, the currency about 10.9. Today is 10.9 anyway.
Yeah.
So about 10.7. Now you turn at the pot of 10.7. You told me now maybe 11.2. We will also make gain of that difference during sale. So yes, the NDC admits, and then the Bank of Ghana also admits, so there were transactional losses based on the fluctuation
of the currency.
So that thing was there, which was a response to the minority when they raised it at ND. So if there's another challenge you thought, say, well, bring it. But if you don't have any challenge, that's a OC, you just want overhauling. No, on say, we are just wasting money. The money that we are crying for now, because the committee, whether you like or not, you pay them. Whether you like or not, they will take per diem. Whether you like or not, they will eat. And then what are they finding? What are they finding? That is why majority cars say, anytime you call for maybe explanation, either committee level, either at the parliament, the leaders are always ready. The sector heads are always ready to come and give any information that you want. But to say, we should do overhauling for all the sector, no, that one, we disagree.
All right.
That is how come the majority disagrees with that. Thank you.
Okay, Obi.
Titi, Maminda was Maminda, a chef 184, I say. First of all, I think the committee honorable year, I think so. More foundation for which reason? Omoka said they are blocking the minority for ensuring that we probe into the code board issue. No, it's not grounded well. For the record, from 1992 till date, there are several hard work committees that have been formed to probe into things. In fact, the most recent one, 3 years ago, Speaker of Parliament, Albert Bagwe, the same Speaker of Parliament, formed a committee to probe into Honorable Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta issues that were around him and all those kind of nonsense. So this is not the first time. You have the NDC who claim and believe that as a party, their party is anchored on probity, transparency, and accountability. Honorable, Oh,
yes, you are right.
And today, the same party that is founded on these three core pillars are running away from probity, accountability, and transparency. It is a shame, it is disgusting, it is disappointing, and that is why Ghanaians call this NDC government as a scam government. Because what you believe in, the foundation of NDC for part and yet probity, transparency, and accountability. And the NDC for, led by the majority leader, they are communicators, they are ministers, and until the president talks about this thing and the vice president talks about this thing, said they should allow them to form that committee and to go ahead and perform their oversight responsibility. Then I will add the president and the vice president, Professor J. Nana and President Mahama, that their foundation for which the party exists, which is the NDT, they are running away from it. And this is why Ghanaians, most of the Gen Z, are disappointed in the NDC. Move on. This is the first time a committee is being called out. Is the NDC afraid of the committee? Overwhelming majority of Parliament are putting committee together. They will have some of the NDC members being part of the committee. Titi, yeah, forming committee. What is a forming committee be from 1992 till now? Our committee, one-way committee. Say government in power and water. What is that? NDC4 will be on the committee. NPP4 will be on the committee. If they like, the independent candidate or crash should be on the committee. At the end of the day, let's allow rule of law to work. The NDC, you are not running a government of autocratic dispensation or a military era. You are running a democratic dispensation. Few years ago, you were calling for committees left, right, center. And I've quoted sources and my mouth. Honorable Ken Oforiata, former finance minister, the same speaker of parliament, who Ghanaians sees him as a father, formed a committee to probe into him. So what has stopped now? Is NDC now running away from their own ideologies and belief that the party was formed on? If so, they should let us know that in this era of their NDC, it is now the era of the NDC formed on scam, formed on settings, formed on not being held accountable and running away for probing the administration. Then Ghanaians will be clear in their mind. Until then, if they think that they can use their numbers, just as you said, to bully Ghanaians around, to bully the minority around, then in terms of our law, in terms of our democracy, the media is the fourth arm of government, if I'm not mistaken. We have the executive, we have the legislature, and we have what? The judiciary. And the media also plays a critical role in our democratic dispensation. And Titi, you've tabled the matter for us to discuss it. And Ubisa, honorable, a relevant question. Why are they avoiding it? In some occasion, we should summon the minister. Yes, there are moments you summon the minister. And there are moments you feel that there should be a committee where the NDCs can be part and the MPPs can be part. We have enough time to look into it, to question. Then when they are done, the committee reports will come to parliament and it will be debated. Why are you running away from this? NDC, why are you running away from this? Less than 1.5 years. With the overwhelming majority in parliament, you are running away from accountability. You are running away from probity. You are running away from transparency. This is totally disgusting, shambolic. Honorable, call your people to order. I know that you go beyond this. I know that you are a man of justice. You are a man that preach equity. It's Mr. For me, I don't know why the majority is running away, but we'll continue to hold them accountable. If they like, they should use their superpower majority to bully the minority in parliament. The media is there.
You think they are bullying them?
Oh, but if for something that is reasonable, something that has been done in the past, something that you have capitalized on to demand accountability for Ghanaians, while you're in the past, almost almost calling for the same equity that you called for, and you are using your voice, or your numbers to push them off. Then we have the media to talk our matter for us. And if they think that the WhatsApp platform they've created for some media houses so that issue can be curtailed and pushed down, then the social media is also there. And no wonder now Sam George, Honorable, is trying to use ways and means to make sure some people on the social media angle as well.
I know.
Oh, but see, you know, him say, I'm gonna take you over, and he sent a strong signal. So very soon they are going to monitor, and your phone, your IP address are going to be traced, and all those kind of things. But those few months ago, no more opposition. They were using them. They were using them for political gains. Who is that saying for? Only minimum. So that's smiling when my so you use them to gain political gain, and now those people are what disappoint your mom. Those people are, you've told them some will be a women's bank up to now, no one office. Those people are, you promised them some before military. As I say, over 500,000 people applied, and you could not even pick 10% of them. Those people are now on social media platform calling for accountability. Saying, party NDC for Moody DHI. Calling on the ministers, no. Say those people, you want to tame them down. If they go on social media, no more taming us. We will be on the street to make sure that we demand accountability. Okay. And I call on over 500,000 people now. To say some of them, and the minister is also saying, and I'm calling on them to go on the street and demonstrate. If they demonstrate against the government, they'll be serious because they knew all these things before they went ahead to do all those promises.
All right, yeah, oh yeah, rebata, or not to be rebata. Oh yeah, Paul, not to be a time, so another time in Mumbai because we have a one topic I was say yeah discussing, and
that's fine.
All right, and TM Catholic Bishop rally behind President Mahama after U.S. Lincoln University withdraw honorary award on gay stance. I think we are aware of that particular story.
Yes.
Adia Bachiama, a program number so down on Mocho letter man say.
Muchoma embassy no.
Muchoma embassy say there is a society like a group of people beer or maybe raise concern. Say President Mahama ekasetia gay ne lesbian. And there is even a bill in Parliament. Say and for that matter, they don't agree with the university giving that honorary award, so they have to withdraw.
Yeah, may that be brief. Shortly, I'll use 1 minute to respond.
How many minutes each?
3 minutes.
Yeah, and this we are not running from accountability. No, we are not, and we will not run from accountability. Absolutely not. What I say, but we want the minority to be specific. And then BBN, you start somewhere. You start from 1 and get to 6. You can't jump to class 5 or class 4. It doesn't work like that. So what we expect the minority to do, 1, until a majority Kasai, leader Kasai, call the sector minister. If you are not satisfied before you call for what you are calling now. But you can't jump. That is where we are coming from. But we are not running from it. Okay, right. And then to the security service, we are taking over 10%. If 500, and now we are taking about 2,000 because we've increased it 100% by the press. So we are taking close to 20% or even a little more. And I think it's good in the right direction. The securities, no. Okay. But this shows how most of the ages less than 30 or within 30 years and lower are unemployed. This shows because of the mass attempt to enter into the various security law. It showed the lapses. So every government will now know, as a matter of fact, say these are the lapses we have. So it's a good, is good. And then the process, no, I admire the process. There will be one of my family in Yankanduri or Tumu thereabout, without knowing anybody, no, he will go through. Because the human intervention, no, is minimal. So I think that one is good. Let me go back to the when in Africa, we turumu and your style. And then Muslims, no, nyame eka say, so what worry back? Now there are tangible reasons, nyame the two of my say you can go up to 4. Even one of them, which is not a reason, and you're more bad and why you're fair. Remember, Udroma, why you're full. I remember you can approach say opinion now with action that why not come so that your money better than a big figure. So Africa no we know start to move no we are out. Right? It has been our principle, one, and it has been our tradition. So the president being a northerner, it is a tradition and taboo. I can speak for now because I'm a northerner.
You are not now.
It's a taboo. Say Obeye. That is how come after he speaks it. Because it's more or less taboo. Because we're entitled to marry as many as we want. That is why that thing is there. It is taboo. Until he has gotten the international platform. Wakasa, he spoke about it.
Yeah.
And that is our tradition. So, take your honorable degree. It doesn't matter. Take it. And no, what does it do? But the whole world, even who say, because the president stood on his feet, yes, and anything no more denying, but and yes, say on fata.
Okay.
What else? And yes, on fata.
3 minutes.
But the reason is that because original feet so. Kasa ni kuro
and then medimi also do huni
but 3 minutes
and then medimi huni
papa but 3 minutes
Malik wrap it up now.
Because original and my you your tradition some yes no way. And I also applaud the Catholic Council say almost out because they are also what's the name, religious society.
Okay.
And they also go by what the Holy Book Ebeka. And I don't think the Holy Book also spoke about no. So they also applaud the president for the stand or take it. And I think President Moore said it. Or see the British the then British Prime Minister say Obed denying your is even poor or no, he will stand by it and say we will not practice LGBTQ.
All right. Thank you. Obi.
First thing first, I feel if the reason for which reason our school denying the president from getting that recognition, if that is the reason, then that is fine. However, I feel someone may have not done his or her work very well. Because this is also a disgrace to Ghana. One angle, the Honorable Kanye said, if because of this reason, then it is better, say President, will be seen as such, which is good. I
hope you saw the letter they wrote to the embassy.
Yeah, I've seen it and I've chanced on it. But you see, I think it needs to go beyond the letter. Because I doubt to also agree that in their proud discussion, some of these issues may have not come up. Probably it came up, but ye team no so some kind of acceptance and also recognition. We felt that it's not weightier enough. That is what my dream on. Because on no grounds would such a proud delegation and diplomacy and talks going on that something of this nature, if it is key to a president,
it wasn't the school. What kind? Letter no school no the ma embassy na. Na school no. But at the election and a group of people are more associated with the school. Eba school mo be can say to say omo be ma president Mahama award will be the next day. They are not in support of it because of A, B, C, D, LGBTQ. So when you read their documents, not any school not against say or mobile BBC, but almost partners we almost see a group of people be almost supporting and mobile.
But I have a problem there because you are not dealing with a minister. You are not dealing with.
You are dealing with the president of.
You are not dealing with an ambassador. You are not dealing with a municipality or assemblyman. You are dealing with the president of Ghana. So if for whatever reason a day to it, not a group of people makes this pitch or approach onto you, and you don't look at the weightier and the image you are causing the entire country, and you conclude on that angle, then I think you are not being fair to the country. That is why I'm also being a little bit careful to conclude.
Okay.
Yes, that may be the excuse, that may be the explanation. But me sure say if embassy no ministry no, or my super former, they could have picked the signal earlier.
Okay.
For us to go through this shameful act, and only the money one. The money one say less than 2 years of NDC's administration, and that is where they needed to be very careful. There are a lot of people under the NDC. Appointment. We've gotten GTEC, right, to call them out and caution them not to use some titles. Mebwa. When you go to the internet, Dr. Richard Kofi Esiedu, NDC Central Regional Chairman, has been warned not to go ahead to carry himself as a professor. Dr. Grace,
what has that one got to do with the
NDC MP for Sika, yes, has also been warned not to go ahead to call himself a professor. Another person, Mr. James Kofi Annan, NDC parliamentary candidate for Ifutu, has also been warned not to carry himself as a doctor. I'm saying all these things because they say in Ghana, the title, no one due diligence, no one make sure say at the end of the day, no, you earn it the right way. Because of past 1.5 years, you have institutions calling you to order. Knowing this as a base or as a background, whoever was leading the delegation in breaking this conversation, in engaging to make sure that this recognition would have come to our president, shouldn't be left free. Because there is a disgrace. Now let me come to the Catholic bishop in some kind. It is a good call. It is a good call, say Catholic bishop for a thumbs up with the president, if that is the reason why. But I'm also fortifying what the Catholic bishop is saying to say, President Mama, much in signing this bill. Okay. This back and forth, say, and I exhausted, so we have to go back again. And we've seen a lot of bills at the Parliamentary. We need a speed of light. Yeah, approval. What is stopping this? You have the majority, you have the numbers. Today, minority erase issue. I'm going to be the numbers. Probing accountability issue about gold body. But the numbers not break. So what is stopping you from making sure the bill way you pass it? Is it because of only interest in it?
Okay.
So the Catholic bishop, we are calling on you. Yes, giving thumbs up to the president is not enough. But more pressure and two presidents also not sign. More the timelines one yet then you can call him out.
Thank you.
But that's it.
Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Malik. Nyame adom chire kasa bi nyame adom chire e benada ye besa ni we share na medi me huni so dey obi be di huni
so no kai mai di
say na me no nyina
e no no boso bon no mo dey fa
and so ye nyina we wa
because enye easy communication
All right, thank you for watching and never catch you back. Bye bye.